wide outside. They're passing above like stars so bright. Ooh, drones across the skies. Whoa, drones across the skies, moving in formation above the light. New Jersey skies, a thrilling flight. Up with wide outside, they're passing above like stars so bright. Ooh, drones across the skies. Whoa, drones across the skies. Whoa.
Night falls. Drones in flight whirring through the sky, seekers. Where you at? Lights flash, hypnotize. We are the watchers. We are the seekers. We are the dreamers. We are the dreams that fly, that fly. We are the watchers. We are the seekers. We are the dreamers. We are the dreams. Let's fly, let's fly. Night.
My tech lizard's feeling low, circuits fried, can't glow. Silicon scales won't shine. Once a star, now it's mine. Reptile dysfunction, gears and bites malfunction, reptile dysfunction, heart of a bot in detention. Microchips gone haywire, no more robot fire. Pixelated dreams have died. Holograms cannot hide. Working in the night, try to make it right. Wires crossed in flight. Dawn brings no light.
If the times I come alone, yeah, stop recording on you. You something life, I've been rushing to me sundown. I feel this in the wild, in the wild, in the wild, in the wild, in the wild. I go mad in the tracks, chasing ghosts of you. Every mirror shows her face. She's alive in memories. Alright. Alright. Anybody unbelief? Stand over and attend my teeth. If out there to get good, I'll start to hurt. Talking was every two, but nothing up to fight. To feel some people in the wild, in the wild. By the road, by the road, by the road, by the road, living free just like Mama did before. In the heart of a child I find echoes of you every time I lose track in her past. Chasing dreams, her dreams, chasing dreams, that dream. Gonna ride like Mama in that silver stream. Every photo with a smile, she's a star in my mind. Won't deny in the night, in the night. In her eyes, stars above like the ones in Mama's life. On the move, we move, always on, never still. She says she'll find her promised land with every mile, destiny she defies. Living loud, just like Mama, wild and free. In the mirror of her soul I see traces of her fearless dreams. Through quantum fields, our spirits thread entangled moments, words unsaid, a force unseen defying the span, linking hearts, our mystic plan. In the echo of your laughter, I find my peace. In the silence of your absence, love won't sear
Welcome to the stream, everybody. All right. Getting everything up and out. So far, everything's looking pretty good. See how we're doing over here on the BitChute and some of the other platforms. Looking around, making sure everything's up and rolling so that when I do get the rest of the folks in, we will be streaming like hot buttered toast or something like that. Oh man, can't believe it. It's been such a great week already. It's been warm here today. Hope it's been nice where you're at. Let me switch everything over to standby. There we go. And call the crew up.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, not too much. How you doing?
Doing all right. I have a feeling I've got a group coming in tonight, and I have a feeling that every single one of them is going to want to stop and talk to me.
Oh.
Yeah. I can tell they're already going to be a pain in the butt, and they're going to be distracting me.
Yeah.
And they've all got RVs, and it's going to be a shit show. I'm just going to have to let it slide for 2 hours and clean it all up afterwards.
Yeah, let me get the I'm still doing a little bit of setup here.
Okay.
But we are rolling on our platforms. Where's our buddy Barry?
You always ask that.
Yeah, well, okay. Well,
Every week we have this conversation, or every show.
yeah,
And she's always here.
yeah. Starting to be like Willie, strolling in right towards the, right before it starts. How's all that look? Does that look good?
Yeah.
You don't see my face or anything? You see a I moved the camera to a different position.
No, I don't see your face. I see your
Good,
arm.
good. There we go. Yeah. Dragus Production Studio. Streaming live right now. Yep.
Yep.
So, you think you're going to have a bunch of people knocking at your door tonight?
Yeah, sadly.
That happens, I guess. You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't happen often. So,
No, it's just they're rolling in right now, and I'm guessing they've got like more RVs than they'll have real estate for. Because like they're all just rolling up in RVs. It's crazy. Like, yeah, we can fit 15 in there.
sure, you can do it. You just take the shortcut, go around the lake, through the woods, over the mountain, over on the other side there. Yeah, you'll be here in about half hour, 20 more minutes than if you would have just went straight. Asked a
I had somebody-
asked a 47 in the kick chat. Sorry about that.
I had someone ask me today if they knew where the Black Road was.
The what?
They wanted to go. Yeah, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not like being. I just have no clue what you're talking about. The Black Road. I repeated it back to him, like to make him kind of think, yeah, that does sound kind of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Paranormal people out there, you know, trying to find Bigfoot in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm like, a Black Road. Like, what are you talking
Black
about?
Road. You know, the one with the shiny
asphalt?
shell. Yeah, the black hole. Yeah.
Are you talking about asphalt?
Yeah. Asphalt. Not the white one. That would be concrete or
Yeah,
cement.
that's
you know.
concrete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cement. And if it was like gray
God.
and rocky, that could be shale. You know.
Is homie seriously gonna set up camp right there? Please tell me he's not that dumb. Oh my God, am I really gonna have to go over like immediately the first dude here and tell him to move?
Well, better now. We got time. In the
Yeah.
middle of the show. Oh man, it's been like sticky hot here. Hey
Yeah.
Barry, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. It's a long day.
Tell me
Whoa,
about it.
look at you. You're coming in sounding perfect right out of the gate.
Yeah.
No jerking around with the settings, huh?
Yeah.
That's it, man. Rock and
Right.
roll.
I told
You're on
you
your
before,
game.
don't touch stuff, you know, before, you
Yeah,
know.
once
if
you
it's
get
good, leave
upset.
it alone, right?
Yeah.
If it's good, leave it alone.
Oh
For
man,
crying out loud.
I got a friend who has to redo some of her solar stuff because she screws around with it so much. It's like, that's the nice thing about solar, man. You set it and you forget it. Like, you never have to look at it once it's set up.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question, man. I just was at one of those thrift places getting some deals.
Yeah.
Had a brand new, it was a solar panel with a maintainer, solar battery, panel charger, whatever, with the maintainer, 10 watt, 12 volt for $5. Should I have bought it?
And what, 12 volts for $10?
No, for $5.
I don't know. I probably, yeah. Why not?
I just didn't know what I would do with it or how to use it, you know? I just,
Yeah, it's like, it sounds like it's something that would charge your phone pretty effectively, and like maybe a tablet would be something else as well.
Yeah, I probably should have bought it. I can go back tomorrow and get it for $4. So
There you go. Limited supplies. Get it while they last.
We can wait 2 days and it'll be $3 by that logic, right?
well, it gets lower every day. It used to be 50 cents on Wednesday, but now it's $1, man. They no longer have
What?
50-cent day. Can you believe that?
50-cent
Yeah, well.
day.
Thanks, Biden.
Thanks, Biden. Shoot, we don't even have a dollar store anymore. It's $1.25.
Hey.
Funny.
Shit.
Yeah. You heard that it's no longer $5 at Starbucks. It's $20 because they keep raising the rate. I was calling it $10 for a while, but now it's probably about $20. So I go other places. Thank God, there's lots of other places that compete against them now.
Absolutely.
Especially local. There's some local places here that are doing coffee
I hate
better than
Starbucks.
them.
I mean, every now and then, my parents, when they come up, they want to go there. That's the only exception I make. I won't buy anything from Starbucks. I don't want to go to Starbucks. I pretty much just hate anything of the woke left establishment. I just pretty much am completely disconnected from it, if at all possible.
It was different when they had good stuff.
Well, I
It
mean,
was reasonable.
yeah.
So
But there's so dadgum, I don't know, preachy, man. It's just ridiculous.
yeah, just go through.
They don't like people like us. So why would we want to give them patronage?
No. I actually, there's like 2 or 3 local coffee shops here in town that make that make better coffee than Starbucks and even have better food. It's cheaper. Why would I go there? Even if a couple of them are a little out of the way, I would rather go to them.
Mm-hmm. So,
And you know me, I love my coffee. Roger Hansen is going to be restreaming us tonight. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to Great Conspiracy today. Haven't seen him up. But then again, the baby might have had him up all night. So
where does Roger Hansen restream us?
on Kick, D Live, Rumble, and
really?
also I believe on X.
Wow. And he can be found under Roger Hansen?
Yep.
Okay. That's interesting. That's awful cool of him to do that, man. I like that. Any just like added free exposure. Can't beat that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Svetlana, over in the D Live. Appreciate you. What the hell was that?
That's me showing my enthusiasm for tonight's show. Or something like that.
Or something like that.
I got got some Zevia in the freezer, man. I'm hoping it gets cold here pretty quick because I am about parched right now.
Zima.
Zevia. I'm having some Zoran Momdani, whatever that guy's name is. Zoran Momdani. That dude's he eats with his hands, man.
Oh, his new name is Mad Manny.
I love it, dude.
You're only switching 2 letters around, you get Mad Manny.
Oh, he's mad, all right. He won't even condemn global, what do they call it? Intifada? What is it?
Oh, yeah.
What's the word?
Antifada.
Yeah, Intifada. Is it
Antifada.
Antifada? Yeah. And the thing that's interesting about that, I did some research on that. Every time there's been one, did you know that every single time it's been violent? And the second time it had one, it was more violent than the first time, like extremely violent. So anybody that's calling for an Antifada is calling for violence, because that's all it's ever been.
And what they'll say is it's an internal journey that they go on to make themselves the best person they can be, and they come up with this whole completely different definition to it that makes it sound like
they go, oh, it just means to rise up, and I said, yeah, rise up in violence.
Well, it means kill Jews and non-believers.
Sure,
I don't care kill the Jews first, then the Catholics and the Christians and whatever else is left.
I don't care what excuse they make. I mean, it's always been a violent thing every time they do one. So there is getting around it. They're basically calling for another one. That means violence. I just don't know how you get around that. It would be like, and the globalists have done it, and that's why so many people got onto it. But it would be like, if you were trying to have world peace, you would not call for a new world order, because that's what Hitler called his little thing, to bring in world domination, right? But the reason they do call it a new world order is because the globalists do want world domination, no differently than Hitler did.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't use Antifada unless you want violence. You don't say new world order unless you want world domination, because of what's associated with it. But I talked to these people on X, and then they, after about twice, they bail because they don't have any arguments, man. I mean, I'm like, he's anti-American, dude. I lost my cool yesterday, man. I'm so ashamed of myself, dude. There was a Muslim guy who came into the thrift store. I was just minding my own business. It's like I got this sign on my forehead that says, "I have an opinion. Come and bother me." I mean, where I go, people confront me, dude. And I know the guy, okay, but he knows my position, and he comes up to me, and he just got out of prison for like something to do with guns and terrorist threats. So, but he's a Muslim, a hardcore Sharia law type Muslim, and he had his little kid with him. I'm assuming it was his kid, and he was like 12 or 13. He was all about Sharia law too, and they were just like talking about how, talking about anti-American. Israel can't have a nation anymore, and if Trump keeps it up, there's going to be violence and all kind. And he didn't do any direct, he didn't give any direct violence to where I could report him or something like that. He was just ideologically talking about how, it's going to happen. They better back down, and Israel can't exist. And you know me, dude, I never drop the F-bomb, man. I don't like using it. It's just me personally. And he got me so pissed off, dude. And this is a big guy. He's twice my size, just got out of prison. And he's a part of some weird militia thing. And I told him, I said, man, if you don't like America, you can get the F out. I didn't even think about it, dude. It just came out. And I was like, dang, man, I really wish I hadn't said that. But man, it was like that's just what came to my mind. I was so pissed.
That was real life? That was a real life scenario, or not online?
It was in a thrift store.
It was in a thrift store.
You did the meme. You did the meme, man. That moment Barry realized he wasn't online.
If only David Hogg was here to...
But anyway, later I was like, dude, even though I didn't want to use that kind of language and stuff like that, I mean, I also wasn't the smartest thing to say to a guy that's like twice my size and who's been in jail for, terrorists. Mm-hmm. So I was like thinking, man, well, I really wasn't thinking. I was just like so fired up about America, fired up about standing up for America and standing up for peace, which is what I stand for, dude. I don't want violence. I don't want nonsense and insanity. And he just triggered me, dude. He just plain out triggered me.
Thanks for the lemon over there on D-Live. There's
walked
works.
away.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
you and Svetlana over there.
Well, he walked away and he was saying, I don't remember what he was saying. He was saying something, and well, I told him, I said, because he was talking about, we don't. I said, man, I got more freedoms now under Trump than I ever had, dude. They I told them all the stuff, just stuff that's just fact, like they got rid of 100,000 plus people on social media, I at least have free speech now, blah, blah, blah. And I think I think Sharia law is evil, making women
I'll
wear
be right
full
back, guys.
And the little kid there he was like, he's like, oh, he was all about and I felt sorry for the kid because his kid's brainwashed, man. He's like all about the Sharia law and treating the women like crap. And he was still talking about stuff. And I said, man, that's just plain evil. I just told him like it was, man. I was so pissed, dude. I wasn't shaking or anything like that because I've learned since the shamdemic, even though I wasn't able to control my language a little bit, I was still in control because I've learned to do that, man. I never lose myself because that's a bad place to be, man. I never let my emotions get me. But, yeah, it just, man, the stuff he was saying, just insane. And I told him, man, if you don't like America, you can just get out. Why don't you just get the blank out?
Yeah.
Just, man.
I'm going to play something really quick. Okay.
Free, 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 free. Alright, but have you heard this one though?
I just want to check this for language.
Death to the IDF. Death to the IDF.
God. What is that?
Death to the IDF.
Oh, the IDF.
Death to the IDF.
Yeah. Oh, that's...
Hell yeah, from the river to the sea, Palestine must be, will be, inshallah, will be free.
Oh, how wonderful.
Okay.
This guy
I just wanted
this guy was an Israel to the sea guy. Like he said, Israel can't exist at
Yeah.
all. I was so pissed, dude.
Listen to this one, dude.
Shut the fuck up. Country want your country back.
I heard you want your country back.
Shut the fuck up. Your country back. Shit, heard you want your country back. Shut the fuck up. Heard you want your country back. You can't have that. The only place I...
Damn, dude. That's hardcore.
It's getting crazy, dude. Yeah.
That was at the Glastonbury Music Festival in England.
Yeah, they're getting more
Right.
radical, dude. I mean, I said they would show their true colors. And the very fact that this guy won't even speak out against a global antifada.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell that? I thought it was with
And I think it's ANTIFADA.
INT.
ANTIFADA.
Let me look it up because
I think that's how you spell it. I mean,
actually pronounced intifada.
Intifada. Or yeah, it's the A's got a weird.
No, it's an I. It's I. It is I. Intifada.
Oh, it is I? Oh, okay. My bad. Intifada.
It literally means shaking off in Arabic. In a political and historical content text, it refers to popular uprisings or resistant movements, particularly in the Palestinian struggle against Israeli occupation. Here's the interesting thing. The first intifada was between 1987 and 1993. That was violent as well, not as violent. It was a grassroots Palestinian uprising in the West Bank and Gaza Strip marked by protests, civil disobedience, and violence. The second intifada, which was between 2000 and 2005, was much more intense and violent. And it was an uprising that followed the failure of peace talks, also known as the Al-Qaeda Intifada. So there you have it. Anytime anyone's called for an intifada, it's been violent. And so to say that you did not disavow a global intifada just shows you, man. And, Why does he eat with his hands, man? I guess it's a Middle Eastern thing. But it's like, didn't somebody tell him in America that you know, eating with your hands is rude?
Well, it depends what you're eating, right? I mean,
Well,
French
it was all
fries-
gooey. It was gooey stuff, like, I don't know, rice casserole or something. It's like, dude, and he's like
Oh.
licking his fingers. Come on, man. I sure hope you washed your hands.
Yeah, they don't wipe with that hand.
Oh gosh.
Where's he from? Like Uganda or something?
The Mad Dammy?
Mad,
Whatever
Mad
his name-
Manny?
Mad Manny.
Mad Manny.
Oh, I'm just tired, man. I got to get. I'm all in 100%, but my brain is like about 75% there. Hopefully I'll get it to 100%.
back.
Yeah,
It's been a rough week, man. There's been other things that have happened this week that just, have not gone well, but I've just persevered. And I mean, what else do we have? We don't have any other choice, man, but just to keep pushing through.
Whew. God, I'm eating those, Chester's fries, the flaming hot ones.
Oh, dude, spicy is the best.
Yeah, they're good. They're spicy, man. I just stopped eating them, and I'm like, my mouth's kind of burning. Feels
I'd
good.
like to try those Mexican spicy things. I think they begin with a T, but I looked at the ingredients one day, man. It's just all junk food, man. I can't.
Yeah.
And I think they've got it now at Taco Bell. They have. It's like they put them in one of their Mexican recipes.
Yeah.
It's really, really gross. It looks
Takis.
gross. Probably. I don't do Taco Bell. I've done Taco Bueno because at least they have real pinto beans. They actually, soak them in water overnight, and it's real beans, not some sort of powder thing. And who knows what else is in the powder. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
you,
in
you know-
Arizona's the land of food trucks, so.
you want to know something I found out interesting?
Hmm.
Just because I'm always under the idea that pretty much everything the corrupt establishment does is corrupt, man. They're always robbing from us, always stealing from us. I mean, it's just not, that's just being honest, not being doom and gloom or even pessimistic. It's just honesty. So I was asking Perplexity AI, I was like, what, does Social Security keep up, first of all, with the cost of living? And it said yes. And I said, yeah, but they're probably got the books cooked or something, and they're probably ripping us off somehow. and it was like, yeah, official estimates have, over the last decade that we've literally been robbed $1,700. Everybody's been robbed 17 because they don't count for the rise of cost of medical care. And then I said, well, and I immediately knew $1,700 was a lowball number. I said, that is fraudulent. They've robbed us way more than that. So I asked her, I said, what do the independent studies show? And we laid out all these numbers and everything, and eventually got to where we were able to compare it. And it was a 2,800% increase. Like they, for the last 10 years, from like whatever up to 2024, the Social Security owes everybody on average $44,000.
Sonia in the Facebook chat.
So can you imagine that, dude? Not only
Yeah,
are they
44
giving
grand.
money to people that aren't even alive, and who knows where that money's actually going, they're robbing us blind, dude.
I know, it's always been the most frustrating thing in the world to watch. It just happened in real time, right? They just lie to your face. It's not a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, it's a Ponzi scheme.
Exactly.
If I open an investment firm and handled the money the way the government handles Social Security money, they would lock me up.
I mean, I think that's what they do. They just deny until they're locked up, but they never do get locked up. And if they do, they pick one of their little, a fall guy, somebody just to take the fall for the rest of them. Sort of like Harvey Weinstein, right? He's the fall guy.
Well, he's pretty high up there, man.
Yeah, but he's not the highest. He's not Diddy. He's not Diddy.
Go watch any movie from like the 80s, 90s, or 2000s and look at the credits, and you'll see his name in almost every damn one of them.
Yeah, but he's
You
not.
know what I mean?
He's not running a network. He's just using it for his own power. That's what I mean. He's a fall guy to make it look like the people in Hollywood are actually prosecuting people that are, out of control. But we'll see. Look, it looks like Diddy's going to get off, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
So
I don't know, man. I heard his defense hasn't really done much of anything.
Well, they've dropped a whole bunch of the charges already. And I think that, maybe he won't get off, but I think that if he does get off, that maybe charges will come up again later. We'll see. I don't think these people are going to keep getting away with it. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I feel eventually these people, and he's been doing, I don't know if you heard about the Christian artist that got caught doing some crazy stuff for like 30 years. Michael Tate,
right,
former
guys.
Crazy stuff.
Let's start
What kind of
heading
crazy
over to
stuff?
the next one. All right. See us Sunday 1.
All right.
See you over there. All right. Now we got to get Barry in here.
And we are in CS1.
Yep.
Yup. And is anyone in the lobby?
Nope. Don't see him in the lobby. Trying to call him again. Nope. He didn't hang up, I guess. Well, we got a couple more minutes before the countdown. Or a minute. Or and a half.
There he is.
There you go, Barry.
I'm gonna check my pop real quick. My Zevia. Yep, I'm here.
Yay! Barry found a room. Yay! Caroline love it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So we've got some UK stuff, some Supreme Court stuff, some more international stuff. New York. President stuff. And a little WNBA.
Oh my gosh.
30 seconds.
They're so bad.
I can't watch it. It's brutal.
And here's your countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you are live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition, June 29th, 2025. With me tonight, I've got Bullhorn Barry on the mic. How you doing, Barry?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Excellent. Welcome to the show. You said you were pumped up, fired up, and ready to go.
Well, yeah, I'm on all engines. Let's put it that way.
All right. So, I guess let's just dive right into some news here. Bob Villain. Have you ever heard of Bob Villain?
Is he a villain?
Vylan. Some pop star in the UK. Never heard of them. I'd never heard of that other one though. What is it? Kneecap or something? You know. Yeah.
Kneecap?
Well,
Okay.
yeah, the one that was at Coachella a few months ago and was chanting "Free Palestine" to everyone
Oh yeah.
when
I
half the
did see
people there are Jews.
one big artist. I forget who it was, but she said she's not going to do any more concerts. She can't get on board with the, you know, anti.
Yeah. I've got that actually, an article on that pulled up related to this story. So we'll get there in a second. But yeah, this Bob Villain guy went to Glastonbury, which is a big music festival that's been going on there for, years and years and years. In fact, I was watching Sargon of Akkad today, and he was pointing out, looking through all the photos of the event, that like, it's not a bunch of like kids going to a festival. Almost everyone there was in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You know what I mean? It was older people, you know? So very liberal, older people from England show up at this festival and eat up all the woke nonsense. The chance that, I mean, I can't even, one of the songs he played, I can't even play for you because it's so filled with profanity. The lyrics go like this: I heard you want your country back. Shut the blank up. I heard you want your country back. You can't have that. I heard you want your country back. Shut the blank up. You stole it right out of my hands and pulled the rug right under my feet. I'm Nat Turner meets Nat King Cole, well-dressed brother with the revolution in my soul. We the people in the street got the gammons on retreat. Do you know what a gammon is? Have you ever heard that term?
No.
Gammon is a British word for like ham, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so it's refer to white people as gammons because the color of their skin matches the color of ham. So very derogatory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The gammon's on retreat, and their blood boils over when we speak, so let it be heard. We ain't wasting a scrap when we eat, and we come for it when we're coming to keep. Yeah, pretty explicit saying, hey, we're taking your country. You want your country back? No, you can't have it. It's ours now. Gone. The gammons. It's not your country anymore. You know? And this was broadcast on the BBC, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
They thought it was great too, right? They're probably, that's beautiful.
Whatever, I mean, it's a pretty nasty song, theme, everything about it, really. It's pretty brutal. But hey, if England wants to do that, then England can, do what they want to do. Here's another clip I can play you from the event. Listen to this. I'll give it 1 second here.
Free.
Palestinian flags everywhere, by the way.
Death to the IDF. 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 Hell yeah, from the river to the sea, Palestine must be, will be, inshallah, it will be free.
And the crowd loves it. You can hear they ate that up. They're just eating it up. They love it. Death to the IDF. The IDF is the Israeli Defense Force.
Yeah.
From the river to the sea means to cleanse the country of Israel of Jews. Let's not, be shy about it. It's kill all the Jews and drive them into the sea.
Yeah, it's not about an ideology. It's about a people. They're talking about death to a certain kind of people, not an ideology. I mean, this is like pure. This isn't even inciting violence. This is just violent in its nature. We're going to do this. And Intifada.
Go ahead.
In Intifada.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is a country that's locking people up for quietly praying in their head, Oh, yeah. This is a country that's knocking on pensioners' doors for tweets that they shared, that somebody else put up and they just liked and reminded or retweeted or whatever you want to call it on the platform you're on. And it just is shocking that someone can call for the death to an entire army and a country, the elimination of a country on stage, and be met with roaring applause. Just they love it. The people eat it up. They love it. They can't get enough of it.
Mhm.
And the
It's-
BBC broadcasts the whole thing coast to coast.
Yeah, it's a rallying cry to become violent. That's what that is. And then when you broadcast, I mean, you would think that every broadcaster and every journalist would condemn that just right up front immediately.
Mm-hmm. And it goes to show, when they tell you what they're doing, believe them. They're coming out. The establishment is coming out and saying, yes, we are doing this. You will be replaced. We'll import millions and millions and millions of people from other countries, and they will outnumber you in your own country. England will cease to be a country full of gammon.
They'll take over the culture.
Yeah. And, if you complain about it, they call you racist. They call you every name in the book. And by the way, that term means nothing in today's world. The word racist means nothing. 20 years ago, you called me racist, we had a real problem. Now, somebody on the internet calls me that, it's like, whatever, man, whatever. It doesn't mean anything compared to what it used to mean, the word racist. It's just been abused to such an extent. The word Nazi, 80 million Americans are quote-unquote Nazis. Are you kidding me? What kind of a joke is this? They've destroyed the meaning of the word Nazi or racist. And it's a shame because those words are very powerful and important and specific terms that all through history have denoted very specific things. And now they've lost that meaning. And so you'd think the people that were worried about racism wouldn't destroy the word that defines what racism is, so that now it just means anything,
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're absolutely right, man. And then when something really racist happens, it gets ignored because the word doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't mean anything anymore. You call someone that and they don't even, whatever. You're just a crazy liberal. You call everyone that, so it doesn't even matter. I remember being shocked, when the Antifa first started to rise up, and watching them out in the streets, calling everyone fascist, and they were out there. It just blew my mind that kind of a mentality could exist across the board in so many people, so many young people, that they could really think they're fighting fascism when they're the ones that are being fascists. They're the ones out there in the street preventing people from praying or having meetings or having gatherings or whatever they do. They're the ones that are stifling free speech when they carry this anti-fascist sort of mentality or moniker, I guess, is all it really is, right? Just a name you hang off your hat, it means nothing. They're the opposite of anti-fascists, the biggest fascists out there.
Yeah. And for countries like America, these leftists, radicals, extremists, violent revolutionaries, they're not having it real well right now because they're losing really bad. And the more obnoxious they get, the more their movement gets exposed. And, in other countries, however, they're having some success, man, because it's that globalist foothold strategy that I've talked about. They're going to just try to bring in as much chaos as they can wherever they can. And that's why you see the leftist hellscapes in America still in massive decline. And if Mad Manny or whatever his name is gets elected, can you imagine? I said last week on the show, remember, I said New York City may not ever rise again to its former greatness. And by the way, I saw Breitbart News, very big top influencers, in the media and so forth, were saying the exact same thing.
Yeah. It's likely. It really is. Look at Detroit. You mentioned it last week, and I mentioned Detroit. That used to be the nicest city in the country, hands down. And then, the auto industry changed. They moved out of the city, went into the suburbs and other states and whatnot for production. It just left the city kind of in ruins. The suburbs are fantastic. They're huge, beautiful suburbs that go on for hours. Now you can drive for hours through the suburbs of Detroit. It's huge,
Mm.
you know. But yeah, the city itself is just a shell. No one ever goes down there. Chicago's turning into the same things. Like apparently, I was just talking to some people that go there quite often. They said there's a couple. You know, if you stay in the right neighborhoods, you can be okay downtown. But if you get outside of those, forget about it. You know, and it was like that when I lived there too. I mean, there were certain areas you just don't ever go to, you know, because you'd be in trouble real quick.
Sure.
But anyway, back to England. So Azalea Banks is the one you were mentioning earlier, right?
Yes.
She pulled out of 2 events in the UK, charging that the organizers relentlessly pursued her to express support for Palestine while promoting her scheduled appearances, right? And she was saying, just, you know, it never ended. Actually, let's just read her post here. So, guys, I'm canceling Boomtown and Maiden Voyage. The promoters have been stressing me out for weeks, trying to force me to say Palestine and threatening to cut me from the bill because I won't say Free Palestine. I'm dealing with the threats and not putting on the show. I'm not going to put on a blanking hijab, she further raged. They both basically tried to extort me by insinuating that I need to say I support Palestine or they will drop me from the gig. But I would much rather drop them and not associate with anything that is cheap groupthink BS attached to it. Banks' incredibly base post continues. More thinly veiled racism and over anti-Semitism from the blanking gays for Hamas, Banks further claimed, adding blank Palestine at the end of her post. In a further post, she clarified, and no, I'm not saying blank actual Palestine, but blank your dumb behind slogans and performative BS.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you raggedy blanks are doing, and it's foul. A bunch of people who didn't get booked for festivals putting pressure on promote artists to drop out of gigs because of random backwards non-association to Israel.
Entertainment is supposed to be about freedom of expression. And we were talking about on Wednesday about how, you know, everybody in Hollywood is in lockstep, right? Nobody has a single dissenting voice, you know. And if there are any dissenting voices, they're quiet. They don't get to voice it, right? So you would think in the entertainment business, it would be about expressing yourself. So, hey, be like, hey, whatever, you know, go out there and speak your mind, do whatever you want to do. This is entertainment and freedom and so forth. Dude, it's the entertainment industry is nothing but activism now. This isn't entertainment. This isn't freedom of expression. It's the opposite of that.
Yeah. And she's not done. Let me finish reading this because it gets kind of shocking here. Y'all want to make a stance so bad, but stand for absolutely nothing. As soon as the media says pedophilia is natural and normal, you blanks will be right there talking about hashtag pedophilia rights, Banks further charged. That war has been going on in the background for blanking decades, way before anyone alive today was born, and all of a sudden y'all are throwing around words like genocide and Zionist, not even knowing the meaning of those words. I don't need to be on stage stressing out to appease some dumb blank protesters who literally rely on those people in Palestine being crushed so they can solicit donations. They do not give to the cause. Kiss my butt, she further blasted. Wow. That's crazy. It's just she's just saying it's the trend of the day. In a month, you guys will forget all about it, and you know you're going to expect me to go on to the next one and kowtow to that too.
And she's right about all the money that gets raised never goes to the people that they're raising the money for. It just came out recently that all that celebrity Hollyweirdo money that they raised for the California fires, none of it has been accounted for. And I predicted that. I said that multiple times on the radio, and you agreed, you know, that nobody's going to get that money. And if Hollywood or anybody ever raises money, don't give them a dime.
Even Carmelo Anthony, you know, the kid that stabbed that track star in Texas, right?
Yeah.
That money is apparently gone. He just filed for a public defender. Right?
What?
Yeah. And his dad went out and asked for another $1.4 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you know, get a public defender, you're going to jail, man, for life.
Well,
so his dad must not care about his son too much and just want that money if he's just going to allow his son to have a public defender.
It's shocking. I mean, somebody needs to go to jail for that too, right? I mean, it's one thing. It's like almost child. at that point, right?
Oh, yeah.
You go out on the internet and you raise 700,600, whatever it was, and it's just you can't account for it. But you got a brand new car and a brand new house you're living in, and
Oh, it can be accounted for.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's just half it went to the strip club down the road,
Maybe. Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, the fraudulent nature of our society, it's really rampant, man. Like integrity is almost gone. It's a rare gem.
Yeah. But man, Banks, I'll tell you, she went off. That was a pretty impressive rant from somebody that I
We never would expect her.
Yeah, I would never expect her to have that kind of an intelligence about these types of things,
Yeah. Well, especially since she was caught not too long ago sacrificing for some sort of voodoo ritual, and she didn't deny it.
Oh boy.
Yes, in fact, she posted it. She talked about it, how great it was.
Yeah, free chickens. Good Palestine, man. Free chickens.
So anyway, I don't know, but anyway, she would be the last person I would think that would have intelligent thought, but these are weird days, man. Some people actually get a moment, and the light bulb goes off and they get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're seeing more and more of that today because this is going too far. In so many instances, the stuff just goes too far. When is enough? Right. I was just reading this thing about disc golf. Do you ever play disc golf, frisbee golf?
I was never really any good at it.
Yeah, I was all right at it at one point. I mean, it's fun. It's a good way to go out and walk around and throw a frisbee for a couple hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little exercise, walk in the woods. It's always kind of interesting time. I never had a boring time playing it, with friends and whatnot. But they just had their, women's championships, and tons of transgenders are now winning different categories. The 55 plus and the under and the open. The whole thing. I think it. Yeah, well, you watch the. Do you ever watch? You've probably never done it. Like watch them play live when they're doing their tournaments.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Yeah, like YouTube will stream it live, and it's one of those things that, like, if you're just in a really bored like Saturday afternoon and like you enjoy sort of watching golf or bowling or that kind of stuff to kind of put you half to sleep, it's one of those types of sports. But man, they're good. But the difference between the men and the women is staggering as far as how far they can stroke.
I was going to say distance would be a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some women's tournaments where it's like watching dog.
Yeah. I guess most of these men that say they're identifying as women have no shame, because I would say a big percentage of them, and I have said this from day one, I don't know what the percentage is, but a big percentage of them just didn't do well in men's sports and they like winning. So they have no character, man. They have no integrity. They're frauds, man. They just want to get a trophy, and that's why they do it. Now, I'm not saying that some of them may actually think they're a woman or identify as a woman, but there's a lot of them that just do it simply so they can get a trophy and to get some fame, get some attention. And also, I mean, the establishment embraces these people. Remember, they gave the award to the guy swimmer over Riley Gaines, even though they were tied. It was a tie, right? They finished at exact the same time, but they gave it to the transgender who's not a woman.
Yeah. And here there's money involved, I mean, there are several $1,000s to each of them, right, for winning what they won. So, actually,
I mean, money. You're talking money.
Yeah.
It's a big motivating factor for a lot of people.
Exactly. And the Disc Golf Association basically said, we don't have the money or the staff or whatever to fight this, right? We're just lucky to be able to put these tournaments on is basically the thing. It's a small sport. They don't have the money. They're not the one that's going to fight this battle. You know what I mean? But the tone of it led me to believe that they were against it. They just couldn't fight it in court because it's too big a mountain to die on for them.
Well, it's called transgender fatigue. Or some people are just weary of the fight, or just never. They never even got in the fight to begin with because they don't want to be in this fight, because they know it's ridiculous and they know it's going to drain their energy, and they know they have other things they need to do besides fighting this battle, but they really need to be involved. I would say get involved and you will find the strength to do it.
Well, financially though, a company, they could end the whole sport if they have to pour that kind of money into a lawsuit. You know what I mean? So I get it. But I like the word you just used, which was fatigue, because I'm hearing a lot of that word lately. The fatiguers, just the people that were just getting that fatigue. You're just like, I'm done with this. Can you please stop? And we're seeing people just being sick of it more and more and more. You
Yep.
know, the just acting a fool. The Karens, the people, the it's ma'am. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's getting to that point where people are starting to get sick of it. I mean, Pride Month this year just didn't even happen. Did you notice that?
Except for in the really extreme leftist areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you walk down, through parts of San Francisco, I'm sure there were pride flags everywhere, but they're probably there all year anyway. You know what I mean? Whereas this year, I'm not seeing it all over branding. I'm not seeing every company, changing their North American and European logos to, rainbows, which they would always do, and leave their Middle Eastern and Asian ones the same, and the African ones the same, because people in the Middle East would boycott you faster than you could sneeze if you change your, Porsche logo to a gay pride one in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see a boycott. You thought Bud Light was bad.
I mean, they're doing one of two things. They're either one, just bailing on it completely because it's just not a sustainable model, or two, they're
Yeah.
doubling down. It's one or the other, man. So they're either getting out, which is good. That means we're winning and we're having some victories.
Mhm.
But then the other people that are sticking with it, man, they're like crazier than ever, man. They're more insane than ever.
Yeah. And I think, the USAID money kind of dried up, right?
Yes.
A lot of that money's gone now that they were relying on to fund all sorts of these crazy, fringe events. And then you've also got, just the corporations kind of have that fatigue you were talking about. They're like, what do we really get out of this? Is it more harm than good, or is it more good than harm? It's really, at the end of the day, it's a lot of money to throw at something that really, I don't know how much, what kind of a spike does Walmart have with gay customers, during Pride Month if they support it, right? Nothing, probably. Nothing you could measure. It's sort of an ethereal sort of, we know it's good and it's good for this or that or whatever, but at the end of the day, they talk about how, it's really, DEI is great for business. Well, how? How can it possibly be good for business? It's good to have a diverse workforce, don't get me wrong, but to, have two people in front of you and to hire someone that is a minority who's lesser qualified just because they're a minority, that's the only reason they're there, that's not going to improve your business.
I think when you use the word diversity when it comes to a corporation or business, that should mean people with diverse skills and talents and abilities.
Sure. And politics even, dare I say. Let's look at some of these universities. You want to talk about diversity? Let's get some, some R's in there in the faculty. How many, professors at Harvard are registered Democrats versus Republicans? I bet it's 80-20 at best. On the best day of the week, it's 80-20. It's probably more like 90-10 or even 95-5.
Well, yeah, I mean, they probably have an agenda to not be diversified, with different ideas and so forth. I mean, and then that's not even about like who's best. I think if they just let people who were best suited for the job, you would have the most diverse group of people as well as the most diverse people with, gifts and talents as well.
Mm-hmm. And the most profitable company, which at the end of the day should be the number one priority, is to just have the best of the best in there and churn out money like no tomorrow. That's what businesses are supposed to do.
Sure.
Not get all hung up in all this crap. And then, I mean, your HR department, man, you hire these people coming out of these universities today for your HR department. Good luck. Good luck with that. They're going to look under every single rock they can to find problems, because now you're paying them to go find problems. So, yeah, they're going to find problems. Of course they're going to find problems. That's what you're paying them to do. And, I mean, I would bet like a really, really strategically placed awful, say, Karen or awful AWF was affluent white female liberals, awfuls.
Okay. I haven't heard that
You
term.
know,
Okay.
yeah. Can do more damage to a company than anyone else. I mean, the head of production can't do the kind of damage that an HR department can do with the wrong person in the charge. Just talk about trouble. It's just a nightmare waiting to happen in a lot of these, corporations, the way they've got things set up. So I don't know. Good luck to them. It is what it is. And speaking of diversity hires, the UK has a all brand new female intel chief, and she's female. So MI6 is now being run by the granddaughter of a Ukrainian Nazi nicknamed the Butcher.
Interesting.
Right? Keir Starmer appointment, of course. Keir Starmer, put her into position because she has these roots.
I mean, tyrants are everywhere. Remember the shamdemic? I mean, they're everywhere. It's like they get promoted somehow.
Yeah, but this is the head of MI6, This is James Bond, right? This is
Exactly.
James Bond's boss.
Yeah.
Like James Bond, big boss that you never even gets in the movies because he's so, outranks him so much that he doesn't even make the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like the top guy, the head of the CIA, basically. And yeah, your grandfather was a Ukrainian Nazi who was so brutal that he earned the nickname the Butcher.
Yeah.
You can't make it up, Barry. You can't make it up.
I know, dude. It's bizarre.
Yeah, bizarre is right. How bizarre.
I was going to say that's a song. It was at one time. Back in the day. We're showing our age right now.
Oh, yeah, that's a good song. Now I got it stuck in my head. But yeah, no, that's it's going to be fun to watch this all go down. It's the UK is just it's like a TV show, how to ruin a country. It's a manual. It's almost like the kind of stuff that if you put it into a fictional book, they wouldn't believe it.
Right. They ruin the country, but they're enriching themselves like never before. Just like the shamdemic ruined America, ruined the middle class, ruined the economy, ruined our children. But all the elites got richer than ever and gobbled up more property, more ownership of things, and more power than ever before. We had more billionaires, more multimillionaires, and then the middle class and the poor just went downhill in massive decline. And that is their strategy overall. They want to consolidate all power and strip it away from us.
Yep. And they've been doing it pretty well for a while now, Look at the disintegration of the family unit in the United States, across the board. Everyone always points to the black community and says, it's especially bad there, and it certainly is, but it's across the board. There's so many women out there now who have given up on family in order to chase that career, and they always say, hey, I'll have the kid later, and then all of a sudden it's too late. You're 40 and you're scrambling around trying to find a dude, and you can't find any because they all have been playing, Minecraft for the last decade. Don't really care much about you.
And the system's made it harder for families to make it, so you almost have to both, the man and the wife have to work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if you want to have that, just comfortable, modest middle-class lifestyle, you have to have both working, man. And that's by design as well, to break up the family, to make sure that the family is fractured. And then it also gives the state the ability through the education system to own the children. And we saw that happen over the last, 10 years where parental rights are just completely gone. We see the agenda, man. We have the blueprint. We've got to wake up, man. We've got to take the power back.
We do. You're right, man. You couldn't say it any better. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. Getting that power back to the middle class, getting it back so that we can focus more on families, Well, and that's the thing, right? You guys aren't having enough kids, so that's why you have to have all these people imported here. How many countries have they said that in? And in many, they're right. I mean, there's some countries out there that are, 2.2 babies per female is the replacement rate, right? That's where it's the survival point of a society. If you Yeah, if you want to exist into the future, every woman has to have 2.2 kids, and your society will sustain itself. Anything less than that, and you start shrinking and dying off, and well, you need to be replaced. So where are we in America? I think 1.6 or something, 1.4 even, last I saw. I've seen countries as low as 0.7 children per woman, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just, it's hard to say, yeah, I'm going to go get my college degree. Most women, most people in college are women now. It's, several percentage advantage to women, 53, 54%, something along those lines. The last I saw, that could be much higher now. Women own more homes in America. Single women are now just like one of the biggest demographics for home buyers. It goes on and on and on. So they can have all these things, but then you don't have that family. You don't have that society. You're not growing as a country. And this was all planned, Barry. This was all put in place to make it so easy to get divorced, to make it not a stigma anymore to have that divorce, to make it, kind of normal. Single moms praised. And granted, single moms, my hat off to you. You work harder than anyone on the planet.
Sure.
And at the same time, though, we don't want single moms. I mean, they're out there. We got to support them. They're, powerful women, and they're a great thing and all that. But at the end of the day, we want those families. We want the nuclear family to exist and thrive. And that's how we get back to, fending off this sort of in New World Order that you always talk so much about, Barry, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. It's you're right on target.
Yeah. So, the feminism thing, the first wave was a phenomenal thing. The second wave was probably a good thing to some degree, but we get into the third wave and man, it's just a nightmare. It's really bad for women. It really is. They're not as happy today as they were, 40 years ago when they were raising families. Think about the most rewarding thing you can do is raise kids. You know?
And it's so bad that's a fatigue in and of itself as well to people.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the family being broken by design on purpose is a certain kind of fatigue as well. I posted this really beautiful video on X, on Truth, and on Minds, and it was just old couples enjoying each other's company in fun and happy and loving ways and compassionate ways. And man, I got so many comments from people saying, man, I watched that and I teared up because see, lifelong love is a beautiful thing and it's a rare gem.
Yeah.
And when people get married, it's 10 years and then they got to, trade it in for a new car, so to speak. And they'll have 2 or 3 wives or maybe even 4 wives before they're finished. That's maddening if you ask me. I just want one.
Yeah. One good one and you're good to go. That's all you need.
Yeah, I think that's the key. One good one. One that works,
Yeah, exactly. My ex-girlfriend's parents had been together for 50 years when I was dating her. They celebrated that. And it was such I don't know, man. It was like, wow. Everyone just looked at that like, wow, 50 years. That's just unheard of today,
I met a couple at Aldi's who were married, had been married for 75 years. And they were kidding with each other and joking with each other. And I was like, really, man? I wanted to take a picture of them, but I didn't bring in my phone. Otherwise, I would have taken it and put it up on, social media and said, married 75 years and happily.
Wow. I mean, would they marry at 15 and they're 90 now?
They're in their 90s. Yeah. So 75, 85, 95 means they would have got married around 19 or 20.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. They were in their 90s, man. They were old, but they also had a lot of energy and spunk for their age. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 75 years. I've never met anybody with that was married that long ever. My parents have been married for 65 years.
Oh, wow.
So but 75 is at a whole new level. And they were just kidding with each other and laughing with each other. That's what I want. I'm single, but man, if I can get married, I want it to last the whole way. Because it's just so much beauty in that, man.
Yeah, well, and that's what marriage is, it's a commitment for life. That's what it is. It's forever and ever and ever,
That's the vows that you take, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's taken so for granted today. I think, I bet you half the weddings out there, you know, secretly, if you asked them at the end of the day, really, how long do you think this will last? You know, they'd probably be like, yeah, 5-10 years, you know. 5-10 years somewhere in there.
What are you thinking? I'm just asking you your opinion. I'm not going to judge you. I just want to know.
Okay.
You know, I hear this a lot from people. Oh, you know, well, why don't you get married? And they say, well, we don't need a piece of paper. But do you think that maybe that piece of paper scares them because it's like, it means that, yeah, I'm committed to you. I don't know. I'm just saying, I know there's people that say it all the time, but is that a cop out or do they really mean that?
I don't know. You know, it's up to each couple, I guess. You know, how am I to know what's in their head? Right. So I don't know. I don't even know if I can answer that, Barry, but yeah, it's scary to a lot of people. And, you know, if you are living with your girlfriend and you're sleeping in the same bed and, you know, you're going through all the motions, why buy the cow when the milk's free, right?
I've heard that saying before. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know, no need to buy the cow.
Because it gives you that easy way out, I think, at any moment. But there is such a thing as, what do you call it? When you've been with somebody long enough, it's like you're married, right?
Legally? Yeah. I forget the word off the top of my head, but yeah, like if you live with someone for paternity, I think it is maybe, where it's almost like you're getting divorced in the eyes of the court if you live together 5, 7 years, 8 years, and they're like, hey, you might as well have been married. So we got to go through court and give you up the stuff.
Support. You're going to have to, the whole nine.
Yeah. Well, oh gosh, I assume that, Matt, you know, if that's your kid, you pay child support, right? If it's not, you know, then do they make you pay child support in that scenario?
Well, they have DNA testing for that, so probably not.
Well, I mean, no, but it's like, you know, it's not your kid. Like
I've seen where somebody's had to pay child support for what wasn't even his baby. I've seen that happen before. I don't, like I said, I think it kind of varies state to state.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I've seen people, you know, liable for their housing, you know, because you paid for her housing for the last 7 years. So, you know, all of a sudden you're going to stop. You can't just stop. You got to keep doing it. Let's give her another couple more years. I can't handle the best years of my life.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. So we got about a minute and a half before we go to break. Barry, where can people find you online?
Probably the easiest and best way is on X, and just look for Bullhorn Barry and you'll find me.
Excellent. If you want to find me, go to minds.com/censorship sucks. Censorship sucks on minds.com. I'm not over on X. I might someday. I just don't at this point in time. I was always very wary of it. And when Elon bought it, I thought that was great, but not quite enough to get me over there.
Eventually you will.
Pardon me. Go ahead.
I said eventually you'll probably traverse over there, you know. They need your voice over there, man, you know?
Yeah, I should, you know. I've got 20,000 subscribers over on Minds, which kind of keeps me tethered over there. Yeah, you know, that's it'd be nice to maybe build that up over on Twitter as well, or on X, or whatever you want to call it nowadays. But folks, this is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, coming at you live on Sunday night. But we got to go to break, and we will be right back after this short message from our sponsors.
We're on radio break, and that's common law marriage.
Common law? Paternity, maternity, paternity, something that I was, I don't know. There's
That's only when kids are involved.
Okay.
And it goes with
common law, yeah.
Yeah, and when kids are involved, it goes with the paternal mother. Now, if the paternal mother cannot be found, it goes to the paternal father.
Yeah.
I know. I've been through it.
Hey, guys, I got a dog over here on a leash. Okay. So just be careful. You probably don't want to come in range of her.
Like
Oh,
to thank all,
$5 a bag.
like to thank all our supporters out there on all the platforms, from Roger, The Great Conspiracy, Chris Blank, Donna Bunny, and Nikki Tood, and all the rest of Sonya too. Don't forget Sonya on all the platforms.
Sonya.
Yeah, Sonya.
What up, Sonya?
Yeah, and hopefully Sonya can come in with us on the second hour too, and actually
Yeah.
step up, and we'll hear her voice.
Play with Willie.
Yeah, with Willie. Yeah, give him hell tonight. Yeah, and or heck, I should say. Yeah. We aren't, when we're on breaks, we're not on radio. So a lot of people were asking why we keep everything clean. We are on terrestrial radio when we're not on break. So we have rules to follow if we want to stay on air with them. But we love each and every one of you, and we're here for all of you, whether you're listening to us in the car or listening to us on your phone or computer. We don't care. We just love it when you listen to us.
Yeah, I used to do podcasts with Josh and with David Hogg and a bunch of other people, and yeah, it's a totally different vibe. It's a lot of fun. Podcasts are way more fun. You share video and all that kind of stuff. You can. It's just it's so much more.
It's a lot more
constraining when you're on the
relaxed.
radio.
Yeah, you
exactly.
don't have the constraints, and you don't have to worry about.
I'm uptight. You think what's going on, man? Here, what's that? Never mind.
What?
You said we're uptight, man. We're not uptight.
But some folks were asking over on D Live why we were doing that. That's and why we don't say certain words, and like we're not going to drop those words when we're on air. That's just our thing.
It's highly illegal.
Yeah, and if they want to pay, if they want to pay for the fines, I'm fine with that. You know, there are X amount of terrestrial stations that'll take your money for that fine, and we love that.
And Barry can afford it. He's got cold hard cash.
No, we're not talking about Barry. We're talking about contributors and listeners out there.
Contribute.
Yeah.
Some money. Contribute to me.
Yeah.
No, go look up George Carlin's 7 words, right?
Yep.
Is that what it is, Mark?
7 words. Yep.
Yeah. That's what we can't say, the 7 words.
Yeah, well, a few of those have kind of changed, and they've added a couple, so, you know, in place of those, so, you know, hey.
God damn is the one that gets people off guard.
Well, you know...
you think you could say that, but you
can
can't.
You can say shit and hell on air now, but, you know... You can't say the N or the you can't say the N or the C word on air now in place of that. So, you know, they swap
things.
Is like
I can't say this show is shit, but I can say, Mark, you have some shit on your face.
No, I don't, because you can't see it. And if I did, I would know. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's just the way you use shit is very important. South Park covered that in great detail.
That kind of shit happens though sometimes. But you know, we're going to get into a countdown here, like right now, and we don't want any gateway words going in there. 3, 2, 1, and you're live and on the air right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. Tonight, I've got with me my dear friend, my co-host, Bullhorn Barry. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, CS? Doing good, man.
Yeah, and where can people find you online again? You haven't plugged your stuff yet tonight, have you?
No, I did right before the break, but again, come find me over on X, Bullhorn Barry, man, and subscribe and say hello and join us in the fight.
And it's always a great pleasure to have you on the show as we talk about everything going on in the world. So let's get into the WNBA. Article here from Gateway Pundit saying, did the WNBA finally kill its golden goose after a year and a half of public beatings and a league full of women who despise her? Caitlin Clark may be finished. She may be done with it. Have you seen any of the clips out there of her just getting beat on the court?
Right. But it's not just that. The refs are intentionally not calling certain fouls, which is unacceptable.
Why? Like, why is that even happening? You think the owner of the team would be furious about it, would be on the phone with whoever's in charge of the refs saying, what's going on here? I'm paying this girl top dollar, and she's ready to quit. And I can't even blame her, right? Look at this beating she's taking on a regular basis out there on the court. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, it's and they got her to bend the knee to say, that she has white privilege, and they pressured her obviously to do that with all the nonsense, and she never should have done that, man. That's ridiculous, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
whole thing, this whole race baiting crap, man, it's got to end. And I think that some of it, probably a big percentage of it, is anti-white racism as well. That's just my personal opinion. And I hate all forms of racism, so it doesn't matter if it's being exhibited towards black people or white people or brown people or whatever. I'm against it across the board. And that seems to anger people a lot, because, I mean, you're either against racism or you're not. You don't get to pick and choose what kind of racism you do or don't like. You're either against it across the board, or you yourself are a racist.
Well said, brother. Well said. I mean, you're firing on all pistons tonight. That's for sure. Because it's absolutely true. This is a form of racism. They hate her because she's bringing people to the seats. She took a break a while back for some injury, and the tickets to the game went from like $60-$80 down to like $20, right? Because she wasn't there. No one wanted to go. They weren't willing to pay $60 for it, but I'll go for 20. Something to do for the night.
Yeah.
Better than watching TV.
And the numbers are also reducing as well, by thousands of people.
Yeah.
Thousands
that's the
of
thing too.
seats are not being filled when she doesn't show up.
And that's the thing too. Like, if she does just say, "Hey, I've had enough," it's going to bring the ticket sales down. It's going to have less, butts and seats watching them. That's the thing about these women's teams. They got to fill the same stadiums that the men fill, right? In a lot of instances, they're playing in stadiums that can hold 30, 40,000 people, or 20,000, 10,000. And it's hard to get 10,000 people to show up and pay money to go sit in those seats. So they're getting a fraction of the, of the number of people the men do, of course. But, if they lose her, then that's a big hit to the entire league. Why would the refs allow that to happen? Why would they allow their bias to damage the game to the point where attendance starts to go down? Let's call it, 25% for the season with her not on the court.
Right.
Let's see. Caitlin has not been the same since the Connecticut game after returning to active play from the injury list. Here are Caitlin's stats from the last 5 games. Caitlin, the greatest shooter in women's basketball history, is now 1 of 23 in the 3-point shots in her last 3 games. 4% completion rate. What happened? Maybe all the abuse, bad calls, crappy coaching, vicious assaults have finally. Let's hope the jealous, hateful ladies of the WNBA feel better. Now, Caitlin may just be finished. And again, clip after clip after clip in this article of her just getting beat.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. It's brutal, man. Absolutely brutal.
Gosh, guys.
Back in the day, they used to have like the Sportsmanship Award. Remember that? And it was a big deal, because usually the person that got the Sportsmanship Award also was, a really good player as well. But it was almost like the player took more pride in the Sportsmanship Award than they did in the actual playing. But now they don't have that because, nobody would win it.
Yeah, well, I mean, somebody would win it. They just wouldn't be the type of people that won it back in the day.
Somebody that sits on the bench that probably tried to break up fights, that happen all the time now.
Yeah, it's just a shame. I hate to see it happen. She's an amazing player, but at the same time, what does she make a year? I don't know. I honestly, truly do not know. I'm assuming some people out there listening probably do know, and I don't know. Is it 6 figures?
Well, she probably makes more money from sponsorships, but how many sponsorships decided not to give her a sponsorship just because she's white?
And well, it's divisive. Yeah, it's like. And yet, you look at her college statistics, and she crushed it. There's a chart here that shows, 10,000 D1 college hoops players last season, and it's just got this, giant blob, all the players, all down in the bottom left-hand corner. And this green dot way out to the right is her. She broke record after record. Scoring leader, D1 scoring leader, 3,951 points in college. 3,500 points, 1,000 assists, 850 rebounds in a career. Most single season D1 WWB, 1,234 points. Most three-point single season hits in D1, 201. Most points, 491. Assists, 152. 3.78 in NCAA in career. Only player with 40 points, 10 assists in an NCAA game, and on and on and on. It goes on and on. And now she's shooting 4% from the three-point line. But what was that, 1 for 23?
Yeah,
over the last three
maybe
games?
Feeling a little bit intimidated because, they might chop her right across the shoulder or slap her right across the face, as they so often do.
Yeah. I mean, you go up for that blind jump and you throw it up in the air, and all of a sudden you're going to get tackled. Is this football? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
like it's just the viciousness of it all. And so I don't know. I hope they figure this out, but will they?
Well, we've talked about this, the unsportsmanship-like behavior of college sports, high school sports. All sports have gone that way. I was talking about a college basketball game where I watched where, they still in some college teams, they make them, after the game, each side goes through and shakes everybody's hands. Well, when they went through to do that, one woman just went off and just went off, hauled off hitting this girl. I mean, this is like normal stuff, right? People are like losing their mind. They're like just full of rage and anger and hate and violence. And who would want to watch that, man? I want no part of that. I don't watch any of the sports at all anymore. I like to play sports, but I don't watch any of it because there's just too much nonsense.
Yeah. And now we've got situations like with high school teams where they won't even let them shake hands after the game because it's too dangerous, to send, like after every game I've ever played, everyone goes out and they just, you walk by the other team, you hold your hand out, everyone's, slaps hands, right?
Yep.
It's never in a million years have I ever been to any basketball, anything that I was a part of where, we felt it was too dangerous to let everyone go out on the field and shake hands at the end of the game.
Well, you might get clocked. You know what I'm saying? You might get surprisingly clocked, and that never feels good. So maybe that's why they're, like you said, they're doing it. They're just saying, well, it's too dangerous. But
what kind of a society?
Then the whole thing needs to be overhauled, man. I mean,
yeah.
My gosh, and the thing of it is, if there's a star player that they like, they let them get away with anything, man. That's kind of how it rolls most of the time, right?
Not for Caitlin Clark.
Except for Caitlin Clark, right?
Yeah. For her, boy, she can't get away with anything. And I mean, her team doesn't seem to have her back. The whole thing is just out the window. Her coach doesn't seem to have her back. The owner, again, why isn't the coach screaming at the ref going, foul, foul, foul? What are you doing? I mean, I want to see the coach get kicked out of a game or two after a blatant foul doesn't get called like that, It's fair. If I was her, I'd want to see my coach stand up for me like that. Gosh, coach got kicked out of the game tonight because of me. That gives me the inspiration to go through the rest of the season and not sit here halfway through the season thinking maybe I'm just done. Maybe it's just not worth it. You step up to that 3-point line and you miss 22 out of 23 shots.
Yeah. It's just
your head's not there.
Lower her confidence so that she'll perform bad so that they'll lose. That makes no sense. If you're a coach, you want to win.
Exactly. So she needs to see people fighting for her, and that'll give her some inspiration to keep fighting herself. And,
that blonde girl stand up for her. You know what I'm saying? But
Barry, we are all out of time, folks. We're going to take a break. This is the end of hour one. Hour two is coming up right after this. We will be right back with more of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable radio show in just a few minutes.
All right, we are on radio break.
Yabba dabba doo.
Good job, guys.
Got some Skinny Pop avocado lime popcorn, man. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Skinny Pop. Isn't that a song, Skinny Pop? That's a different song. Poison.
Skinny Pop. I think you're thinking of Iggy Pop.
What's the Poison song? Something like
Skinny Pop.
Yeah, that's it.
Ooh. Yep.
Leave it to Mark to know every Poison song, dead cold.
Right.
Every rose has its set. Or was
That was not
Brett Michaels.
Poison. That was Guns N' Roses.
Oh my
Everyday
God,
Alvix in the Kick Chat. Sorry, folks. For some reason, I'm not able to pin up people in Kick today or any other messages. Something's going on over there, but I am giving shout outs to everybody. And when I do get a chance, like right now, I give them on the air.
So, the other day we were installing these LED lights, right? And they were just way too bright. And we're trying to figure out what to do because it was the lowest setting and all that stuff. They're still way too bright. So we just put electrical tape over like half of them. You know what I mean? And the guy I'm working with, he's like, oh man, he's like, yeah, that's a redneck solution. He's like, oh man, I'm sorry if I said redneck or something. You know, it's like, I don't mean to offend you. I'm like, you know, I said my long hair doesn't cover up my redneck. And Mark gets that reference, right?
I don't think you're a redneck.
Yeah, sure.
Redneck,
I'm
you-
originally from Pennsylvania, but I lived in Texas for long enough.
No, but if I say my long hair doesn't cover up my redneck.
Yep, exactly.
What song is that from?
That's some sort of country song.
David
Probably
Allan
a
Cole.
Kid Rock song or something.
David
I
Allan
have
Cole,
no
man,
no
that
idea.
guy's a legend.
Yeah, David Allan Cole.
Okay,
Right.
there you go. Ray Loves Bands would know, and they just came into the Kick Chat.
That would actually be a fun song to play in the break. But anyway, he didn't catch that reference when I made it, and I sent him the song last night, and he was just dying. He was laughing so hard.
And that was the end of what we had for, that's right, the first hour. So we're going to go over and switch to the new chat. Do 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 do. Add the peoples. Willie. John. Sonia. Barry.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey. And
Yeah.
I don't see Willie. Oh, there he is. There we go. Let me hang up on the other one. Dismiss.
There's Barry. Oh, and it's Willie. Hey, Willie. Hey. Hey. Willie.
Hi,
Hey.
man.
Hey, holler at you.
Hey, man, holler at me. What y'all got going on, man?
Yeah, hey, Sonia. Oh.
Look. You didn't run her off this time.
I got
You didn't run her off this time. Sonia's in here. Look.
Oh, hey, that's that girl from the Galactic Federation.
That's right.
Hey,
The Hillbilly
Hey.
Galactic Federation. There you go.
No, man. No, hey, y'all ain't heard it told, man. Hey, there was a war up in outer space, man. A piece of it come down and hit down there. You come across South Carolina and hit down in Georgia, man.
I saw that. Yeah. That video, like the dash cams of that.
That's right.
Yeah, no, man. Hey, if you don't believe me, just ask me. I'll tell
Oh,
you.
no. Believe me, we won't ask you too much, all right? There are too much of you.
Bullhorn Barry.
What's up, man? I'm taking a sip, man. I'm tired. What's going on, dude?
Yeah, hey, no, I thought I done run Sonya off.
Oh,
I figured she was thinking this character right here too damn much for me, ruining my reputation. I can't be associated with them folks.
ever. No way. Not at all, man. You're great. You kidding me?
Yeah, I know.
Loves you. You were loved.
I know how y'all are up there with that Galactic Federation, all hoity-toity and stuff.
We gotta find one.
Hoity-toity.
Yeah.
Willie, are you part of the Cosmic Galactic Federation? What's that blonde-haired dude's name? David Wilcox. Are you a part
Oh,
of his?
but Sonia knows David.
He's my soul brother that came in on the ship over to this Earth place here. So yeah, we are kind of related. I actually have his signature, his autograph, not his signature, on my hand under my UFO light on my left hand.
Hey, look at here. You need to give us the lowdown on what's underneath the Antarctic ice.
Oh gosh, I know, right? Well,
and across the ice walls.
Yeah, for sure. Apparently, it's a bunch of old, ancient technologies, like even having to do with craft and things like that. It's what I've gathered from all the various folks, galactic folks I've talked to, you know, and technology as well.
But you know, and there's a tunnel that runs from there to the Pyramid of Giza.
Yeah.
In Egypt.
Yeah, you've been there, right?
I've been everywhere, man, cross the desert, sand, man. I've been everywhere.
There we go. He's the everywhere
right.
man.
Everything's a song.
Even crossed the ice wall
And by
in a
the song
inflatable duck.
it was not the other band that you said. It was Poison who did Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Okay.
Poison?
Yeah.
Every rose has its thorns? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was thinking of something else.
That
Another
acoustic
song.
sounding thing.
You're right. All right.
No worries.
And Barry, you were right, man. Everything's a song, man. You make a song out of anything. You need to have a song in your heart.
There you go.
A song in his
David
heart.
Hogg proved that.
That is so right. You hit the nail on the head with that one, for sure.
Do I get paid for having the nail on the head?
I don't know.
Yeah, $4.22.
Yeah, in cryptocurrency.
In crypto, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Man, crypto is awful nowadays.
Yeah, don't take those worm coins. Oh my God, they're the worst.
Willie coins. You need to make me a Willie coin.
Well,
Yeah,
the only time Willie coins are good is when they go up.
I thought they were good.
I was waiting
That's all
for
they
you
do.
guys to like.
You guys catch that one? I'm just kidding.
Crack something
Okay.
about that. But anyways, all right.
Yeah.
Now, Sonia, your volume level is probably, I don't know, it's definitely lower than
Yeah,
everyone else.
bring it up.
No,
Bring it
it's
up.
'cause house. Here I am. Better. You know what? I can hop on. Let me hop on my computer. It'll be so much better. I have headphones.
We got a minute.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Okay.
I know you sound better over there anyways.
Oh my God.
Don't ask me. Just know. Yeah, get that Galactic Federation stuff going, Willie. She'll be good with that. Your alien honey.
Yeah.
She's your new alien honey. Anyways, we got 30 seconds.
And keep in mind the alien, galactic angle wouldn't necessarily have a redneck accent.
Anyways, here's your countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. And it's Sunday night, Hour 2. You know what that means. It's time to go check in with Willie Lee the Fifth. Willie, how are you doing out there?
Yeah. Hey, man, doggone. I can't say doggone on the radio no more. My bad. Hey, y'all, I see y'all got that Sonya in there, man. Hey, where'd she go? Y'all done run. Y'all run her off. Yeah. And then you going to blame it on me. She gone, man. Hey,
No, she's just switching her laptop. She's switching over to a different device. Yeah. She'll be back.
She gone like a freight train, gone like yesterday, gone like a soldier in the Civil War. Bang, bang. Hey, y'all remember that song? That was the #1 hit way back when, man.
No, no, the only one that I remember is they ran through the brambles and they ran through the briars.
Yeah. Hey, that was another one too, man. Hey, I told you who sung that song. This fella by the name of Horton, Johnny Horton sung that song, man. Hey, I knew. Hey, I met Johnny Horton's brother's son's friend, and I got an autograph from him. Yeah, I got it sitting right next to my Elvis Presley's gardener's autograph, man. Hey, it all
Willie, I had a while back. I had Jimi Hendrix's brother, Leon Hendrix. We had his cat on the show. His cat came on the show.
His cat. Y'all sidetracking me, man.
Hey, man, that cat was cool. I like that cat.
Hey, I'll tell you, we got stuff going on, man. We got stuff I need to tell y'all about, man. Look at him. Hey, I come up. You gotta have ideas, right? Hey, look at him. You got to. Hey, Bullhorn Barry, you out there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, oh man, I love me some Bullhorn Barry. Hey, he's smart. I'm telling you, man. Hey, hey, y'all can find Bullhorn Barry on this certain platform, man. Hey, and I read his stuff all the time. You talk about smart. Now that fella, he is smart. Hey, what makes him smart is he comes up with his own ideas about stuff, man. He ain't just reading something that come out the news or whatever. But hey, Bullhorn Barry, hey, I come up with another idea, man. Hey, look at him. Hey, now I am not allowed, and I understand. Hey, I get emails. Hey, for all y'all out there in Radio Land don't know, my name is Willie Lee. I run Willie's Worm Farm down in Waldo, Florida, and Willie's Cricket Emporium up in Sandy Run, South Carolina, man. Hey, I sell worm hot dogs and pea jugs too. I got all kind of other enterprises going on. One of them, and I can't sell it on the radio, but they called. There she is.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Sonia from the Galactic Federation. She'd come back to us. Hey, but not. Hey, Sonia. Hey, I was just explaining some of my enterprises and what I do, and I got this thing called chumderware that I sell, and what it is catfish bait, man, and I sell it. Hey, this ain't no lie.
Willie, we've talked about this. I don't want you advertising your dirty used underwear on the radio show, please.
It's good catfish.
I know,
Willie.
I know, man. Hey, I know, and that's why I ain't trying to sell them.
Yeah,
I'm just
but you are talking about it.
No.
You don't need to even talk about it. It's nasty. No one wants to hear it.
No, look here. Hey, and y'all can contact me for wares and stuff, man, on my website, and it's called WillieLeeV@gmail.com. Y'all contact me there. No, hey, that's my website.
That's not a website. I've told you a million times. That's an email address, Willie. That's not a website.
No, hey, I get people that contacts me there all the time, man. Hey, some people, they want pictures of my feet, and some people, man, they want to buy some of my products, like coffee cups and T-shirts and chumderware and stuff. Hey, I ain't advertising my chumderware, but you're sidetracking me, man. Hey, Sonia from the Galactic Federation, we need to talk, man, because I got some stuff I want to tell you. But, hey, chumderware, it makes good catfish bait, man, especially the ones that's got the corn in them. And you can buy them.
Oh God, Willie, come on!
No, they all
come on. That's nasty. That is nasty. Please, people are out there eating. They're out there like this is. Come on, man! Nobody wants to hear about that.
It's uncalled for.
No, man. Hey, you got to understand. You got to tell one thing before you told something else. Hey, cause I got to follow it up with Bullhorn Barry and my new idea. Look at him. I come up with the idea for it. Hey, y'all hold on now. This is the greatest idea ever, man. Hey, it's called, and now y'all listen close. It's called Chumder Socks. Chumder Socks, man. Hey, you take your you take your sock and you line it in your underwear. Hey, and you ain't got to change your underwear. Hey, you just line this thing. It's got like a little button thing, like a little snap, and you can snap it on the inside of your underwear to the front and snap it to the back, man. And it's called Chumder Socks. And when you get done at the end of the day, hey, you just unsnap it and just toss it over in the corner. Or you can probably use it 2 or 3 days at a time, man.
Willie, this is gross. No one wants to hear about this.
man.
nasty, man.
No,
You're
no,
nasty,
no.
brother.
Hey, pay attention, son. Pay attention. Chumder socks. Now, hey, that's got a ring to it. Now, come on, man. Chumder socks. Willie's Worm Farm Chumder socks. Hey, and what I need is a little bit of investment from Bullhorn Barry, because Bullhorn Barry got money, man. I'm telling you. Look at him. He's rich. He's rolling in it. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, y'all know I used to be a top secret spy. Well, I still am a top secret spy because I went to spy school and all that, man. Hey, and I got access to all kind of stuff. Hey, and I'm rich too. Hey,
Listen.
I am worth billions and billions of dollars. I just ain't got none of the money because Saul Good keeps stealing all my money, man. I'm telling you.
I got the plan, man. I'm telling you. I know the guys from AC/DC. We're gonna make the song Chumder Sock. Chumder Sock, based on Thunderstruck,
Hey, go. Chumder. How's that song go? Thunderstruck. Chumderstruck. Hey, Chumderstruck. Look at him. Hey, I tell you, man. Hey, but they say, that's funny right there. I don't care who you are.
Barry, if you can pull that off, man, I will be so impressed. That would be so impressive.
Yeah, I think I can pull it off, man.
Yeah, hey,
wow.
Hey, there's stuff going on in the news, man. Hey, I've been looking at stuff going on in the news.
Hey, you can't be talking about people in the nude anymore. We told you about that.
Not news, man, news.
You keep saying nudes. I'm like, you're not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, Willie.
Hey, they people, they want. Hey, people wanting pictures of my nude feet.
Come on now. The Galactic Federation is going to get onto us, right? Right, Sonia?
Right. Yeah, they can hear everything.
Yeah,
They have microphones everywhere. Speakers, too.
I got a question for you, Willie. How does anybody see your nude feet with those Bigfoot hairy feet that you have?
Yeah, no, man. Hey, and that's what they are too, man. They big and hairy. Look at him. Hey, hear what y'all doing right now. I'll tell y'all what y'all doing. Y'all doing something y'all don't know y'all doing, but y'all doing it, man. Y'all sidetracking me, man. Sidetracking me. I got stuff going on, man.
See, how much time does he have left?
Well, right now he's got about 12 minutes left, Willie. So we've got 12 minutes. I want you to use that time wisely, right? Even take a minute right now to formulate your thoughts, put them on paper, and let's just walk through whatever point you want to make. I'm going to give you all the time you need to make. 11 and a half minutes left.
Hey, they got this guy. He's the president of the Ukraine, man. Hey, his name is Mr. Gimme Money. Mr. Gimme Money. Hey, he makes his world tours, man.
I heard that guy.
Hey, this dude, man. Hey, I ain't even making this up, man. Mr. Give Me Money. He showed up. This ain't no lie. He showed up at a NATO meeting, man. There was a General Assembly meeting, man. He showed up, and everybody wondered what he showed up for. He ain't a member of NATO, man. Hey, and he was walking around. He had his thumb up his nose. There wasn't nobody talking to him. Mr. Give Me Money. I thought that was funny. Look at that. And then I got another idea. Hey, not only Chumder socks, but I told y'all about my cow racing. We do cow racing down there in Orangeburg, South Carolina, and over in
racing.
Wait,
cow racing. You race cows.
Yeah, man. Hey,
like milk cows.
Yeah,
milk cows. You race them.
Moo cows, man. And I got me a bunch of race horses. I got 3 of them. They stud horses. They come straight out of Kentucky. Well, they 2 of them come out of Williston, Florida, because that's horse country too, man. And I got one. He's a big old sucker, man. Come out of Kentucky, and I'm gonna breed them with the cows, man. Hey, and we're gonna have
what?
Yeah, hey, we're gonna breed them horses.
No, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
don't breed a racehorse with a cow. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Well, it could happen with the Galactic Federation, right, Sonia?
Yes,
Yes, absolutely.
That's what we're gonna do, man. Hey, but I don't want to sit there and talk the whole show about my idea about breeding cows with horses, man. I want to tell y'all about something else too, man. Hey, I done some reading up. Hey, actress. Hey, I'm reading this off the news, man. Actress and comedian Rosie O'Donnell. She said that she said that President Trump's first term took a toll on her mental health, and she began overeating and drinking, which led her and led her to eventual self-deportation to Ireland. And then I seen a tweet, and I don't know if it was real or not, by Donald Trump. It told Iran, said, "Look." I said, "Look at here. If you mess with us again, we're gonna drop Rosie O'Donnell on you." That's funny. We're gonna drop Rosie O'Donnell on you. He said that. Hey, this ain't no lie, man. Hey, you can look it up. Rosie O'Donnell said the Trump presidency made her overeat, drink, and self-deport. I wonder what Ellen DeGenerate's excuse was for self.
And it's just them being all TDS, man. Trump derangement syndrome is a disease.
It is,
and they got it bad. I mean, if she's gonna drink herself into his, I like Biden sucked, but I didn't like go to bed drunk every night because of it. You know what I mean? Like,
it was. Hey, look at him. I want to do a shout out to Yotivation Nation too. Hey, I talked to her on the phone, and she called me up on the phone. She said, "Hey, Willie." I said, "What?" She said, "This is Yotivation Nation." I said, "Really?" Yeah, I thought she was lying, man. Hey, but she wants to. She telling everybody that she loves everybody, and she's thinking about everybody, and she still listens to the show sometimes. Hey, I love me some Yotivation Nation. Hey, but he cracked me up. Now, the Bureau of Land Management. This is in the news too. Bureau of Land Management, BLM. What they call the BLM is calling
Black Lives Matter. Yeah, Black Lives Matter.
No, that's the Bureau of Land Management, BLM, man, ain't it?
Well, BLM is Black Lives Matter, Willie. That's a totally different thing.
Oh, well, hey, they calling for a boycott again, man. They want to boycott stuff. Hey, and I didn't even think that there was a thing anymore. Hey, I ain't done with you yet, Sonia, man. I got something I really, really, really want to talk to you about. Hey, I'm watching the time. Hey, this is important stuff that I'm going to talk about here in a minute. Hey, but I want to talk about the Bureau of Land Management, or BLM. Hey, and there's another group called something else, man. It's called, hold on, let me, where my notes at? The People's Union USA. Hey, People's Union USA. They said, well, we ain't Democrat and we ain't Republican and we ain't whatever, man. Hey, but they're still calling for major boycotts, man. Hey, y'all know a couple of weeks ago or last week or whatever it is, me and some fellas, we took to the street, and cause we heard it told that there was going to be some kings coming to the United States, and we made sure that there wasn't no kings coming to the United States. All of us, man, no King's Day. Hey, we all got together. Yeah, hey, and if a king ever tried to come over here on this soil, man, we shoot him away. Hey, cause we don't want no kings in this country. And these people right here, hey, they boycotting Target and Walmart and McDonald's, and they don't even know why they boycotting, man. It's economic blackout spending. That's what they calling it. Hey, we call it. Hey, this group, y'all can look it up, man. The People's Union USA. Hey, they calling for a boycott, but they don't know why they want to boycott. And the People's Union USA. Hey, I guarantee you, man, they getting paid by somebody, man. I guarantee
now, Willie, we have Sonia in the room tonight. Did you have anything you wanted to ask her? Because you're kind of rambling nonsense right now, and I think we should use our time more effectively.
No, man, no. Hey, I told her I got something for her. Hey, but look at him. Hey, Sonia, look at him. Hey, here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to ask you. Have you, specifically you, ever heard of negative time? And don't take too long with your answer, because I got other stuff going on, too. Look at him. I'm just messing with you. No, hey.
No, I don't think so.
You just be like them congressmen and say, reclaiming my time.
Yeah. No. Hey, there is such a thing, man. Hey, it is heading our way. It's 700 trillion light years away, and it is heading our way, and it's called negative time. Scientists have just discovered evidence of negative time. And negative time is such a thing. It's found in quantum physics. Now, hey, look at here. The thing about y'all people in the Galactic Federation, y'all know all about negative time in quantum physics and quantum mechanics and what it takes and talk about, what time really is and how time is linear and time is that, man. Hey, but what about negative time? Hey, that's what I want to do. I'm going to get my spaceship. Now, you probably don't know. You probably know or forgot that you know, man. Hey, but I had a spaceship, and I took it up to the Mines space station they got up there. Hey, and they wouldn't let me on it because the monkeys had done put poo out the windows, and I had poo circling around all around my rocket ship and all that. And then I brought it back down to Earth, man. I made a submarine out of it, and we have some. Hey, I'm rambling now, but I'm going to take this here rocket ship, and I'm going to go out there and meet that negative time.
All right, Willie,
what's going to happen?
You don't know how to ask a question, do you?
Yeah, not why.
You don't, because so far you've asked her one
Sonya's
yes or no
waiting,
question.
man.
You've rambled on for about 5 minutes otherwise. Yeah.
Sonya's got ideas and answers.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah. Hey,
So,
I know. Hey,
are
she's
these
smart, man.
Oh, thank you. Are these the same scientists that worked on the last? What did Barry call it? It was something I hadn't heard before. It wasn't the plandemic. It was the shamdemic. Yes. Were
Shamdemic,
these the
yeah.
same scientists? Because if they were, then that tells you something right there. And also, maybe it's known as something other than the negative time term. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what not, hey, because the way time is supposed to work, man, hey, it goes outwards and the universe is supposed to be ever growing, but this here is like a shrinkage of the universe. So like if it gets to our planet, then that means time and everything else gets reversed is the way I understood it. Hey, look
So then we'll be younger. We'll all get
negative
younger.
time.
That would be great. You know,
Yeah, no, we all be dead. We all be cavemen.
Nah, I wouldn't worry about that.
Hey,
I would, especially with these scientists, you know.
Yeah,
So,
Hey, in the Galactic Federation, they are the ones that are in control of all the governments around the world. Hey, the only reason we ain't had a nuclear war right now is because if somebody tries to shoot up a nuclear rocket, the Galactic Federation is going to shoot it down. Hey, I got evidence of that, man.
sure.
The Galactic Federation, they got everything in check. Hey, and the thing about it is, I'm gonna tell y'all something else y'all didn't know. Y'all might know, but forgot you know or whatever. But hey, the Galactic Federation, part of them lives in some place called Agartha, which is center Earth, man. Hey, they live down there with the what do you call them, lizard people, man? The Draconians, the Dracos. Hey, because there's all kind of different kind
Some
of
of them.
aliens.
Actually, the Dracos are more interdimensional, so they're not actually underground like that. Only like the old style reptiles, reptilians that were here like back in the day.
Yeah,
kind
like the
hang
sleep,
out
like
under there.
yeah,
They do
like
make
the sleep.
visits.
The
Sorry.
Slee Stacks, man. Hey, Queen Elizabeth, all them royal people. They
Never
Draconian.
apologize to Willie.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
No,
Okay,
hey,
thank you.
Hey, shapeshifters, man. Shapeshifters is what they are. Look at him.
Right, right.
And then you got the Greys, man. That kind of alien called the Greys, and then they got other kind of aliens called something. And hey, they got to be at least 23 to 122 different types of alien races, and they've got what? How many?
Probably more.
Yeah.
Well, there's like a billion universes out there, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
they bunches of them, man.
Wow,
Like,
this
we're in
really
the Milky
amazes
Way
me because I
galaxy.
didn't think Willie could count that high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're the Milky Way galaxy. Look up at the Milky Way galaxy at night and imagine a billion more of those. I mean, it's just infinite. Space is infinite.
Yeah, they got the white Milky Way galaxy, and then they got the chocolate Milky Way galaxy. Hey, they got all kind of different kind of Milky
nougat.
Way galaxies.
Don't forget
out
the
there.
nougat.
The nougat, yeah.
The caramel.
You better watch out for the Oreo galaxy.
Right.
Folks,
sure.
we are all out of time now.
No,
We've
we
got to
ain't,
go
man.
to break.
No,
This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable radio show. We'll be right back after this.
Flat Earth, and we still got 1 minute.
No, you don't, but you got the flat earth in. That was fun.
1 minute.
I I never even got around to Aunt Mama Lou cooking up for all her family.
Oh,
She
no,
went and
not that.
Yeah, she went and got her a roll-off dump. She went and got her a roll-off dumpster to feed them all.
A roll-off dumpster.
Yeah, she got her a roll-off dumpster. Hey, because she got to figuring it out, man. And they come up on Willie's farm on this farm like locusts, man. Because she got 23 sisters. So she got 23 sisters with 23 husbands, and they got 6 kids apiece. I done the math on it. 6 times 23 is 138, man. And then they got 50 grandkids. It ended up being 234 people coming for dinner. So she put all the ingredients in a roll-off dumpster. Aunt Mama Lou's goulash. That's funny right there. I didn't get around to that part.
Well, there's always next week, Willie.
Sonia, I run off at the mouth, but I appreciate you. And
Yeah,
thanks
and never
for the run
apologize
you
to
off,
Willie
man.
about anything. It's just sacrilege, man.
Aw.
Willie is an idiot. Okay, seriously, Willie is an idiot. Now, James, that's me. James ain't too far from Willie.
Bringing you out.
But Willie is just a total dumbass. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
We do have Roger restreaming us all over, so thank you, Roger.
Nice.
And
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah.
And
And
I
Great
am
Conspiracy is like, oh man, I'm all for Willie. Yeah, whatever Willie says. I'm like, yeah, right. Like, go on.
And we're picking up more and more people out there, man. I love it. I love seeing
Yeah.
so many more and more people just
Well,
joining
we
all our
got
live streams,
we're engaging our people more in the chats between breaks, which is great. We need to do that more. And
Yep.
we need
This is Willie's manager, and Willie is for hire. He does birthday parties.
and bar mitzvahs too. Yeah,
and don't forget the bris.
yeah, the bris. He loves those.
Quinceañeras. I'll keep that in mind.
Hey, we didn't have one call from Saul Good tonight. Wasn't that great?
You know, we really haven't heard from Saul Good a whole lot.
Well,
really?
I can get them involved more. It's it's a thing. I can do it.
We need to get the Galactic Federation involved in your show more. That's
What we need, Willie, is we need a plot with Saul. We need a plot. So we can come in and roll through a storyline of some sort,
There you go.
Like the good old days. When,
oh, maybe
Oh,
maybe they can have him back as a secret agent man, called back into action so that he can go disarm all the nukes in Iran and
Uh-oh.
Hey, Willie, you turned on your camera, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know,
my
God.
God.
Oh, Jesus.
I did it
Oh,
on
my
purpose.
gosh.
Oh, man, look at those.
No, but look at this. Can you
Oh,
read this?
pastrami? Nice.
Can you read that?
Oh, God.
oh no! You're not allowed to do that, even when we're not on the air. Come on now, stop it!
Can you read it?
That's your
Willie's
prized
Chum-
possession right there, man. That is your number one prized possession.
Willie's Chumderware.
Yeah.
Willie could
Where's
have a
the
kid
pee
that just
jugs
got
at,
into
Willie?
Harvard.
Huh?
Where's your pee
Willie,
jugs
if you had a
at?
kid that just got into Harvard, you'd be more proud of that underwear than you would be of your kid.
Anyways, you got 30 seconds, and then we're back on air.
I got pea jugs around here somewhere too. I just don't know where they are.
They're in the truck, Willie. They're probably
Either way, I
full.
love you guys. Thank you, Sonia. Y'all be good.
Look out, here's
See
your
ya,
countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. Man, that Willie is an idiot, isn't he? I mean, it's just a brilliant level of idiocracy over
A
there.
brilliant level of idiocy. That's amazing.
Idiocracy, yeah. Because I don't know, idiocy, I don't know if that's a word. Idiocracy has to be a word because it was
Idiocy
such
is
a good
word.
movie.
Well, Yeah, and Idiocracy is a good movie as well. But yeah,
Yeah, it's such a good movie that I'm going to make it a word. I'm going to call that a word because, it's idiocracy. It's just the levels of, and we're getting there in society too, man. I mean, that movie nailed it.
oh yeah,
It
yeah.
nailed it. It had the crazy rednecks out there having 25 kids, and then the other couple like, oh, we couldn't possibly have a child in this economy.
Yeah. Well, I tell
the
you
really
what,
smart ones, yeah.
Willie and his conspiracies, man. I'm ready after the show. I've got to go watch some David Wilcock, man, and get caught up with the Cosmic Federation that's going to work with Donald Trump to save the world, man. So I got to get up.
Sonia, send him the links. She's got tons of them from David.
I can do that right now. Actually, he had a show earlier today where he's probably still on. He goes for 5 hours, 6 hours at a time sometimes. So every Sunday.
Yeah. I see it now on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just 3 hours ago, he posted.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, so let's dive into some news going on out there. We've got Zoran Mamdani.
Mad Donnie. Let's get it right, man, because he's kind
Mad Manny. If you just take the M and the D, it's Mad Manny. So from now on, it's and what was it? Adam Sandler movie? You don't disrespect the Zohan.
That's it, dude. Yeah,
right? It's that Zohan. We were talking about how this guy is like a sci-fi name,
Yeah, he sounds like he's from like a different planet,
another galaxy,
maybe from the Pleiadians.
Yeah,
Galactic
Zoran.
Federation kind of thing.
Is Zoran a popular name in the Federation?
It is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I called it right a week ago. I told you.
Yeah, you're right, Barry.
So Zoran Madmani is what I'm going to call him from now on. The Madman, Madmani, is a full-on communist running for the mayor of New York City, the capitalist capital, the mecca of the planet. New York City. We're going to have a communist as the governor. It is unbelievable. The things this guy wants to do. He's talking blatantly about going into white neighborhoods, wealthy white neighborhoods, and reassessing all the values of property. First thing right off the bat. If you're paying tax on a home in the Upper East Side, Upper West Side, let's make sure that value for that condo you own, that brownstone you own, is really where it should be. We've all seen photos of Epstein's, home on the Upper West Side, or the Upper East Side, sorry. Mm-hmm. That thing was worth hundreds of millions. I mean, I don't know about hundreds of millions, but, tens of millions.
Yeah.
Massive mansion in the middle of Manhattan. What's his taxes on it? Is it valued at the current rate? So Mad Manny is saying that the boroughs are the ones that are paying all the taxes, and the rich white folk in the Upper East Side aren't paying their fair share. So he's saying we're going to go after the white neighborhoods, specifically white neighborhoods, to get the money from them. Now, great idea. If he just said, hey, we need to raise money as a city, so we're just going to make sure all property taxes are levied in accordance to their most, recent Zillow evaluations, I would say, oh, wow, that sounds like a way to raise money, right? But no, he's kind of turned it into, we're going to go after the white neighborhoods. And Barry, you were talking about that reverse racism.
Yeah, don't use that word, though, because that's a leftist term, man.
Yeah, you're right.
I think there really is anything. There is no such thing as reverse racism. There's either racism or no racism.
Correct, yeah. So, and you were also talking about the jihad, the global intifada, which, during the break you were talking, this guy was given several options the other day to denounce the phrase global intifada.
Yeah, which by and large is a violent movement. Anytime there has been an intifada, each time it has been violent. The second intifada was between like 2000 and 2005. It was extremely violent. So you can't use the word intifada and not associate it with violence because every intifada has been violent.
Well, and where was that Intifada? Where was it so violent?
It was in the West Bank and Gaza Strip. The first one, 1987 to 1993. And
Well, it was in Israel.
yeah,
They went into Israel and started bombing, blowing up buses,
it's
blowing up cafes.
Palestinian struggle against Israeli occupation. They don't believe that Israel should occupy the land that they're on. That's what pretty much an intifada is.
Well, Intifada, yeah. When you say it was so violent and everything, it was violent in Israel. It was them going into Israel and doing suicide bombs, doing, things that would cause maximum damage for them to become martyrs so that their families would then be paid by the Palestinian Authority for years and years to come as martyrs, as heroes, What they're saying is globalize the Intifada. Globalize it.
Yeah. Violence.
Bring that violence to New York City.
To the whole world. Bring it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't even disavow that. Remember when the left was always saying, disavow this, disavow, which, we may not have any association with the group that they're asking us to disavow. They just might like us, but we don't necessarily like them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some group. I mean, think about it. There's all kinds of bad groups that vote Democrat. There's all kinds of bad groups that vote Republican. I don't have to disavow every single one of them. But in a situation like that, yeah, you have to disavow that because it's violent. And it could come on your territory, on your turf, in America, and all around the world. To not disavow that is dangerous. And it's insightful. It would incite violence.
And who's actually feeling this the most immediately? Like immediately right now, who's feeling it the hardest is the real estate brokers in New York City. Ryan Seacrest is a big, YouTuber, well-known guy, real estate agent in New York City, makes millions and millions of dollars, sells the $10 million, penthouse condos,
Sure.
Very famous guy. And he said his phone was ringing off the hook the morning that Mad Manny was given the nod for the nomination to the Democratic candidate for the mayor of New York, with people saying, hey, I was about to buy that condo. I just want to put it off a little bit. Let's hold off. I'm going to rescind my offer. Blowing up. People moving out of the city. There are so many multimillionaires in New York. It's staggering. And one of the beautiful things about being a multimillionaire is you can up and leave anytime you want. You can go to Florida. You can buy a beautiful home right on the water in Boca Raton or wherever you want to go. And boom, it's that easy. You're down there in 3 days and you never skip a beat. You know what I mean? You're a multimillionaire. You can afford to get out. You can afford to go to wherever it is. And on that note, man, there's been a number of articles about people saying, hey, don't come to Texas, go to Alaska instead. And then like Clark Ward over on Red State's like, no, you don't want to come to Alaska. It's way too brutal up here. You're going to hate it. Go to Florida. And some guy from Florida's like, hey, no, you don't want to come here. You want to go to Georgia. You're going to love Georgia. It's really funny. There's just been this whole lobbing of these articles about from different contributors that are just like, oh, no, don't come to our state. You definitely want to go to Alabama. You're going to love Alabama if you're from New York, man. It's the place to be.
Well, they might not be all so bad. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're kind of that light bulb's going off and they're figuring it out that, leftist leadership is really about destroying cities and states and causing more chaos, more division. It's not about unifying. It's not about leveling the playing field for everybody, which is what it should be about, which is really what Trump is about. And that's what really has the globalists so upset is that he's leveling the playing field for so many people.
Yeah. Now, Sonia, you've been kind of quiet. Well, any opinions on all this?
No.
Okay.
You know me.
I figured
It's
that
not
she
really...
would say, buy an RV and roll.
It's not really Galactic Federation type of, not the actual department that I'm in. It's in a different department altogether. So,
Yeah. Well, I would just remind everyone that communism has killed 65 to 100 million people in the last century. So, it's probably not the best system of government. And, a lot of people in America know that. And some of the farthest left out there that just, there's team right, team left, and then there's all the battalions. There's all the different battles that, are fought between team left and team right on different, be it abortion, be it school choice, be it whatever it is. There's all these different subjects where the left and the right have their opinions, and they send out their teams to, argue and debate over which is the best solution to said opinion. And, at the end of the day, it's team left that are the ones that are embracing the far, far left socialist, AOC, Democratic Socialist, probably the front runner for the DNC nomination for president next time around. I mean, it's her. It's going to be Gavin Newsom, who is, I've said it so many times about different team left Democratic candidates that they're unelectable. I mean, Joe Biden to me was completely unelectable, but yet he won. So Gavin Newsom, completely unelectable based on what he's done in California, but he still could win. No problem. Kamala Harris. She's debating running for governor of California next time around, which would be 2026. But if she loses, then she has no chance of running for president again in 2028. So will she run for governor? I don't, you know what I mean? We're looking at all this stuff. It's wild. Anyway, let's get on to censorship sucking. German police raid 170 homes over hate speech and insults to politicians, from Zero Hedge, Tyler Durden. German police, they put out these big raid days every now and then, where they just go out, and 170 homes were hit up the other day. On Wednesday morning at 6 a.m., a large-scale police operation was launched across Germany, targeting hundreds of individuals suspected of insulting politicians or spreading hate and incitement online. Insulting politicians. That's a crime now.
Also known as constructive criticism, probably most of those times. But think about it. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure even over there, like if somebody wanted to, call Trump a Nazi and an orange man and all kinds of just demeaning and derogatory things and insulting things, they would probably showcase it and say how great it was. It's that two-tier system that we talked about so often.
Yeah, death to the IDF. If that concert went down in Germany, would they say a word about it?
Not a word. No.
Is that not inciting hatred?
Well, of course. Well, it's actually worse than that. They're inciting violence and death.
Yeah, and war. I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, Germany is now having these routine days of action, they call them days of action, against citizens who commit violations against new and more draconian speech laws in Germany. In some cases, a national scandal has erupted, with the details of the cases becoming public, such as the case of the pensioner Stefan Nyhoff having his house raided after calling former economic minister Robert Habeck an idiot.
Oh, that sounds so criminal, I'll tell you. Throw away the key.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
This guy's an idiot. Boom. Jail.
Yeah. Well, they don't want people, painting them in a bad light because they're kind of slime bags, and they don't want people waking up to that fact. And think about the kind of world that they're trying to create, where you can't criticize them. They can do whatever they want. They're above the law. I mean, it's just like, is that really, well, that's how you consolidate power, basically. And you ensure that you stay in power, because anybody that dissents against what you say or what you do gets shut down. And that's one way they do it, with censorship.
But insulting a politician is now a hate crime in Germany? Are you kidding me?
It's ridiculous, man.
It's like J.D. Vance said when he was, I think it was Munich a few months ago. Like, why should we be fighting for Germany in NATO and, defending you guys when you don't share the same values we do as a nation?
So I guess if you did a meme of one of these leaders, dressed up like a clown, and you said clown world, that would put you in jail as well.
And how does that work? I mean, I'm an American. I'm used to being able to, if I can't tell you my governor or my mayor or whatever is an idiot, then what country am I living in?
A fascist dictatorship.
I mean, we've all sat around a dinner table for years and years and years and had everybody just, yeah, that guy's a moron. That guy's an idiot. I can't believe they're doing what they're doing. And now that's illegal in Germany.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's just, how do they not understand that their direction that they're going is so opposed to what we believe in as Americans with
They're
freedom of
headed
speech?
back to the Hitler Nazi type stuff,
Exactly.
where they had the SS and they were spying on everybody and watching everybody. I mean, you'd think they would have learned their lesson the first time around, but apparently not.
150 homes, and then they bust in there and they take your phone, they take your laptop, they take all your digital devices. And I mean, for me, if you come in here and take my digital devices, I am blind. I mean, the next day I wake up blind as a ghost. I don't know what's going on. My first thing is to go down and get a new phone, right? I mean, you took my old one. I have to just get a brand new one. And then how do you even connect it without the old one around? You're screwed, And that's the thing. They want you to be screwed. They want you to be cut off completely.
They just want to control the entire narrative. We're the final say. We're the final narrative. No other opinions matter, and that's kind of their dystopian. Well, it's a utopia for them, right? But a dystopia for us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, I got a good clip to play here. Let's move on because we got to talk a little bit about these SCOTUS opinions that have come down over the last week or so. We had a really big one where basically the court ruled that these judges in these, little districts can't suddenly dictate national law, right? That, okay, you're hearing a case in Georgia in some, district court, and you're saying, okay, yeah, no, you can't deport any people from America. You're a judge, you've slapped the gavel down, no one can be deported from America. Now, Donald Trump has to adhere to that, and he can't deport anyone because some district judge in some Hoboken back alley of Georgia decided that you can't do that. So the Supreme Court came down and said, no, that's not how it works, right? Nationwide injunctions is what they're called. Now, here is Scott Jennings talking about Justin Kagan, who dissented from this opinion. And we'll get into Ketanji Brown's dissent in a second, but here's, him talking about Kagan. Listen to this, man. It's shocking.
Nationwide injunction has been sort of the bane of the existence of Democrat and Republican presidents. It's just that now this court has actually done it.
Yeah, they finally done something about it. Friday was a great day for Donald Trump. I was trying to sort out my feelings on this matter, and I came up with a quote from a very smart lawyer, and I just want to quote it because I think she was right when she said it. It just can't be right that one district judge can stop a nationwide policy in its tracks. Justice Elena Kagan in 2022 said that, of course, when we had a Democratic president.
It just can't be right that one district judge can stop a nationwide policy in its tracks and leave it stopped for the years that it takes to go through a normal process.
Now, she voted against the decision on Friday. Just goes to show you that some of these folks really are hacks. But as you correctly said, this has been the bane of existence of presidents, and I'm glad they went ahead and fixed it because it's not right that one of these individual district court judges can act like a king or a monarch and stop the elected president from acting.
Oh, they can act like a king or a monarch. Barry, did you catch that?
Yeah.
Right? You realize the importance of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Ketanji Brown, Jackson Brown, or Brown, KJB, she dissented. She wrote the dissenting opinion on that case. Okay. And she basically was all about these courts being able to do what they want. And so Amy Coney Barrett, ACB, Amy Coney Barrett, wrote the opinion, the winning opinion, and she said, quote, "We will not dwell on Justice Jackson's argument, which is at odds with more than 2 centuries worth of precedent, not to mention the Constitution itself. We observe only this. Justin Jackson Justice Jackson decries an imperial executive while embracing an imperial judiciary. Okay, so Amy Coney Barrett comes back and basically says Justice Jackson, Miss Jackson if you're nasty, is decrying an imperial executive while embracing an imperial judiciary. And we just saw that No Kings rally that happened over the last week or so, right?
Right.
So, yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. They're just saying, like, I've never seen a Supreme Court opinion written like this, where they actually point at one of their fellow on the bench and say, you're just being a joke. You don't care about the law. 200 years of precedent. You don't care. The Constitution, you don't care. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You're decrying an imperial executive, Donald Trump, while embracing an imperial judiciary that will stop him at every turn with no recourse, other than 2-3 years to fight it. You know,
Exactly.
the same thing that Elena Kagan just announced in 2022, which is not that long ago.
Exactly, man. And I think that's why they did not want Trump to win, because everything that they accused him of, they've done in the recent past. You know, and I mean falsely accused Trump of, right? And that's coming out. I mean, everything that they do to talk about Trump does, they've done it. They did it. They are the ones that actually were the lawbreakers.
Yeah, who is that attorney in New York? We've covered her quite a bit, that went after Trump in the Stormy Daniels case. And it turns out she's like committed mortgage fraud and all these other things allegedly.
Right.
Yeah. Right. I mean, exactly. Like it's
a cycle. It's a cycle that we see happening over and over and over again. It's almost like everything they did over the last, 4 years was meant and designed to be exposed by having Trump as the president.
Yeah. It's shocking. I mean, the left, they project. Whatever they're claiming the right is doing is what they are doing.
Time and time again.
That way, when it comes up and they're caught doing it, they can say, oh, no, those guys are doing it. We're not doing it. They are.
But think if Trump had never won, they wouldn't be being held accountable like this, because no one would, because they would still be just doing all their shenanigans, right?
Oh, yeah. We'd be in a disaster right now if Kamala had won. I mean, the stock market just made all new highs. That wouldn't have happened. It just goes on and on and on. We would be in a really bad place if Kamala had won. You know, and I'll take it another level. Assemblyman Carl DeMario of San Diego, Republican, warned Thursday that gas prices in California could hit $10 per gallon this summer. Not just because of taxes and higher fuel standards, but also pipeline problems. So, he's saying, breaking, California should brace for more than just $8 per gallon of gas. I just left a closed-door briefing for legislators where we were told California oil industry is on the brink of collapse. There's a pending pipeline shutdown. Results $10 to $12 and gas rationing.
Okay.
In the 5th largest economy in the world, Gavin Newsom wants to be the president. He wants to bring this to America.
I mean, the only way he could win, he might be able to win the nominee, but the only way he could win the presidency would be if they stole it. I mean, but believe it or not, man, this is something I've learned over the years. Some people like being slapped in the face and treated like crap. And obviously, man, a lot of people in California love being treated like crap and love having higher prices and love, being denied the ability to rebuild their homes after the fire, and love the fact that all that money, that $100 million+ that was raised by the Holly weirdos, never reached anybody to help them out to rebuild their homes. They love that. They love being slapped in the face. It's sort of like the girlfriend that goes back to the guy that abuses her for some odd reason. They just repeat it.
Yeah. And, you make a good point there. How many permits have been issued at this point? I mean, we covered it a couple of weeks ago, right? There were like 12 or something permits that have been issued in the Palisades to rebuild. It's shocking. And It's so much red tape. It's so much garbage. They don't want you to rebuild, folks. They want that to just rot away, and then all of a sudden they can come and scoop it up for pennies on the dollars down the road and build affordable housing for, the new Californians, i.e. Colombians, Venezuelans, and, other people from gangs and, mental facilities from all around the world. Send them over there. We want them because they'll reliably vote Democratic.
Well, if you look at the globalist agenda, which the Democrats are, tied at the hip with, their whole agenda is to level everyone down, right? Destroy the middle class and put everybody in the poverty realm. That's pretty much the globalist goal.
Yeah. It's communism, socialism, all this stuff, all these isms, they all lead to one thing. It's making everyone equal. DEI, make everyone equal, right? Administration, in colleges, make everyone equal. It doesn't matter what score you get on the test. It matters what skin color you have.
I think this is why the left is so supportive of the AI stuff, and the AI taking over our jobs and everything, because then everybody will have to take that universal basic income, that chump change universal basic income that we've talked about, and be leveled down even further. And there's going to be no room for upward mobility or prosperity. I mean, it's all a part of a nefarious plan, folks. Wake up.
Arnold Schwarzenegger went on The View last week, and they tried to put him in a gotcha, about the illegals being rounded up from California. And he turned around and just said, man, America's the most beautiful place in the world. I love this country beyond any imagination of how much anyone could love a country. He said, this country embraced me. I came here in the bodybuilding and all that stuff, and America loved me. They loved me with open arms and brought me in and gave me wealth beyond imagination. Where on earth could that ever happen other than America?
I'm kind of shocked that he even said those things when he's the guy that screw your freedom, But if he's coming around, man, I'm all for that.
Well, he was selected to be the keynote speaker at the Washington 4th of July rally next year.
Okay.
Right? So he's taking that with 250 years that America's been around. Next year it'll be 250 years for America, and he's the keynote speaker at that, and he's taking it to heart, and he's just throwing his heart out at it and saying, man, I love this country. And that's a message we're going to start hearing more and more and more over the next year. But folks, yes, we are out of time. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable radio show, and we will see you on Sunday night. Thank you so much for listening. We love each and every one of you.
Peace.
All right, we're going to crash here, and I'm going to take in just open us back up in the original pre-show one, okay? Once this closes out.
We'll see you over there.
All right.
I'm hanging up.
Sounds good. Stop all. See you over there, Barry.
I'm gone, man.
Oh.
Oops.
I'm clicking wrong buttons here. There we go. Well, let's get us back up here and roll it. What? Okay, well, try to get us back on the other one. Do. Sorry, folks. Trying to get everybody back up so that we can do our after show. Let's get everybody back together here. Waiting a minute, maybe two. I don't know why it didn't. It wouldn't connect me to the other call. Sonia, there?
Yeah.
I don't know why it didn't allow me to connect to the original call, so I don't know what's going on there. Where's Barry at? Sometimes Barry has to leave.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can stand by or whatever. I just didn't want to mess up his show, you know.
Hold on
Popping
here.
in and out. Okay. Whenever you want to bring me in, it's up to you.
Yeah, hold on here. Let me. Just a sec.
Okay.
You there? Hello? Let me bring John back in the group here. Hold on.
Okay. Are we in the after show now?
Yeah, we're in after show right now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Ugh. Trying to get everything going. I don't know what's going on.
No worries.
With, why it wouldn't let me back into the original pre-show to bring everybody in there, but let me message him.
Okay.
If I can find him. So many people on Teams.
I know, right?
Yeah. It's like it's still calling him. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Man. This kid, I tell you what.
Yeah. All right. So we'll get this going here, and I'm sure John wants to talk to you about your RV experiences and that you've had.
Sure.
Yeah.
No worries.
There he is. Hey, John. Sorry about that. It wouldn't let me. You're muted.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It wouldn't let me open the pre-show. We got Sonia back. She had to step out before, and then now she's back.
Kid emergency. My son's being
I
retarded.
figured you were getting bored with our talk.
No. My son cheated on his girlfriend, so you know.
Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
because we need to get that out to everybody
Sweet.
on all the platforms.
I know. Everybody's got
Was
to
she
know.
hot? Was she hotter than his girlfriend, or
No,
like, less
actually,
hot?
no. It's
Way
his
less
ex.
hot. Damn.
His ex, who's insane, actually. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Never stick your dick in crazy.
There you go.
Rule number 1 in life, man.
Hold on. Now I got to fix everybody over on OBS. And we'll be good for the after show for the time that we have.
All right. Oh, it's really starting to cool off now. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I bet it's nice out here now, too. It was really sticky and humid. Hey, Roger, in the Kick Chat.
Hey, Roger.
Roger, come join us, Roger.
Roger goes, crazy bitches are better in bed, though.
Yeah, but
That may be true.
I don't know.
You know? Maybe true.
pull out, man. That's all I gotta say, man.
It's too late for that. He has a daughter with her already. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, fortunately, don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
love my granddaughter, but, too bad her mom is crazy.
Yeah, shit happens. All right.
Shit does happen. Shit does happen. Indeed. You can really count on that.
This is the
for sure.
after show, so shit can happen anytime,
Yes.
anywhere.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, fun.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was
so
a
I
good
didn't-
show.
Yeah, I didn't get
Yeah.
bored with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting better
Yeah,
and better
first-
again. Yep.
It is. Absolutely.
And we're getting more and more folks in and around on all the platforms. That's really nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a lot more hits on my website too. GalacticFire.com.
Oh yeah. Well, I did put it on
Going up
my
every day.
Botrix, which
Cool.
spams out a message every I think it's every 20 minutes or something like that. 25 minutes.
Right.
So that should help you out too.
Mhm.
And CS, are you gonna put up any T-shirts through her? We got
I
Dragus
could.
Production T-shirts that you can get through her.
You know what? You've seen my the top of my page on my website. I'm sorry, on censorship on minds.com. Like the
Yes.
whole thing that's all censored out, and in the middle it says the worst part of censorship is, and then it's all blacked out.
I'm gonna go do it right now.
That would make a great T-shirt. Like a white T-shirt with that background would look just awesome.
I remember you mentioning that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm super swamped right now. Busy. I'm helping Christian Latoureur do his book, and we're having to proofread every single page and make corrections because AI is not a good platform to use for doing your books because they change things without even. I mean, without you have an agreement with AI, do only this, and they reiterate that back to you, and then they change it anyway. At least ChatGPT does. Mhm.
No, AI doesn't work yet.
Yeah. Have you tried
No.
using Grok? Have you tried
No, I
using? Have you tried using the Minds AI?
Grok is a bitch, and the Minds AI is just like a generic llama or something. I forget the name of it, but yeah, it's just
Yeah, a llama.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, for something
And
I
like
don't
that,
know,
it'd
like,
be
put
good.
some bells and whistles up in there.
I think we're just gonna do it like ourselves because then we know what is going on with it, and we don't because we'll have to proofread the AI one anyway. And sometimes AI they change it so much that you have to go and figure out even what part of the book you're in, even if you wrote the book. It's just retarded. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't
So-
trust AI. I mean, I've written 3 books.
Mhm.
They've gone nowhere, but I've written them, and yeah, no, I
listening,
wouldn't
if you will.
even dream
A radio
of
show so
using AI to do that.
Right.
It's-
Yeah.
Like
Thank
you
you
just
for
go
listening,
and read
if
it
you will.
100 times.
A radio show
Mhm. Yeah.
There's just no way around it, right?
Pretty much.
listening,
Yeah.
if
Right.
you will.
I got
Exactly.
down to where I could read it in like 6-8 hours, and it was just a day, and I would go through it, and that was my day, and I'd make like 20 changes to it, but I'd read it,
For
over and
listening,
over.
if you will.
Right.
A radio show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I got the right page for you. Let me try this again.
Censorship sucks.
Oh, okay, that's why, because I was looking for your name. Duh.
That's all right.
Yeah. Ship sucks. And it does. I think we could all agree on that.
And I got to use the term censorship sucking tonight.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
you
right.
did.
I remember one time somebody put that in the comment. They're like, "What does this have to do with censorship sucking?" I was
Oh,
like,
that
"Nothing.
that would
it's
make
my
a great
channel,
T-shirt. I like
Yeah,
that.
it's-
That would make a
Your
great
Yeah.
show,
T-shirt.
you can call it what you want, so long as it's
Mhm.
within certain guidelines. You can't use certain words.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't rip it off of here. You'll have to send me a PNG, preferably.
Oh,
of it.
I'll have to find that.
I think
I
I
have
have
to
it
find it.
somewhere. I know which.
Yeah.
It's the one with the wheel, right? It looks like a wheel, and it has everything kind of
yeah.
blacked out
No.
except for
Blacked out.
censorship.
Yep. That's
All
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, I'll send that to you once I get done with all the edits and that, and probably before we're even done with,
Yeah. Okay. If it's a good pick, then that shouldn't take me no time to throw a shirt together for you.
Yeah, Curry Hobo is the guy who originally made that. Who's another Minds user, Curry Hobo. So yeah, he would definitely still have those originals somewhere.
Yeah, if we needed them, sure.
I've got them on my computer up in Colorado. That's in a storage unit.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. Well, hopefully these will be of good quality, so we can just use the one Mark sends me.
Yeah.
Cool, sweet. Yeah, that'd make a great T-shirt for sure, especially a white one.
Yeah.
It's white and gray, I believe, with black.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just cut off a few of our platforms so that we can take and get out better. But hey.
All right.
No more Facebook, no more Twitch right now, and no more a couple other places. But hey, we're good to go.
Okay.
Well, hold on here. Maybe not. I forgot. I do some other stuff with Twitch. There we go. There we go. Now we're on Kick, D Live, Rumble. We're no longer.
And Sonia, by the way, I
on
just
party.
saw your messages you sent me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I don't get notifications. If you send me a DM on here, I don't think I have any platform where I get notifications if someone sends me a DM. Of all the things I use, not one has figured out how to send notifications for.
Do you have a Facebook?
Anyway, yeah, no, I saw that. I'll answer your questions offline.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. Do you have a Facebook or anything?
No.
No. I mean, I used to.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. Not at all. So, yeah, cool. Right on. I'm not going to be able to travel for a little bit, though, because I got to get this air conditioner going, this air conditioner thing. I got to figure out how to do it, and I just don't know how to do it. I've put Freon in there, and it didn't get cold, and that's just in the front cab, the front AC.
Yeah,
the back
the
AC
one that's part of the car. Yeah.
Yes, the one that's part of the car. And the back AC, I can't even get it to come on. I don't know if it's a switch somewhere or what.
You got to be plugged in.
I was plugged in.
Really?
And apparently it has an auxiliary battery set up to where the lights and everything work. I mean, I have power when it's just sitting without plugging in. So that I'm not sure if the battery's set up to charge off of the alternator as well as my front battery or what. But it does seem to. Is it? Okay, cool. Because when I do run the car for a while.
If you are running like the lights and all that stuff in the back, and like, do you have the fridge on?
No, no.
Okay.
I actually don't even turn on the lights just because I don't know how it's working quite good quite yet.
Well, what you want to do is buy some LED lights.
Okay.
Right, and replace the ones you have with LEDs, like instantly. You know what I mean? They're like $5 a piece, $2.50, $5 somewhere in there for each
It might
light.
have LED lights in there actually.
It might, yeah.
Lights, yeah. I'll have to look at that.
It's just they use nothing. They don't use any power, right? So you can light the thing up, like a Christmas tree, and it won't drain any. But no, you probably got like minimal battery storage. Like your house batteries are probably tiny. Like 100.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't even found it yet. There's a couple compartments on the side I haven't opened yet though, so
Did you look under the steps, or is there a?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't see anything. I think it's on there's two or three other smaller compartments I haven't opened yet, so maybe.
Normally, there's like a secret trapdoor underneath the steps. You pull up the trapdoor, and it's in there. Yeah.
See, these are the tips I need.
That's the first place I look. The other, the compartments are definitely, another option. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that tip. Sure. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I haven't even been out to it in a few days because of that.
Well, I'm looking right
And-
now, and it's still 107 down there right now at this time of day.
It's pretty hot.
So,
It's pretty hot.
Yeah, like you can. I mean, I don't know about you, but I could handle 4 minutes out in that kind of heat
Mhm.
before I
Yeah.
got to go back into the AC. Yeah, I mean that's
Exactly. It's too much. Way too much.
fucking Death Star right there. That's Death Star.
Death Star. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good name. That's a good name for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, other than that, yeah, I'm just waiting to get that done, and then after that, I will be able to move out of this cab over camper that I'm in because of the Wi-Fi in the house is too strong for me. So, move over there because I got a little AC in here, but not in the other one yet. So once I fix that, I'll be able to move to the other camper.
Oh, okay.
And then, I mean, I can sleep in the house if I want to, but it's just the Wi-Fi kicks my ass. It really does. So
The
I try
Wi-Fi.
not to. Yeah, the vibe or the frequency coming off of it, it like does something to my blood or so. I don't know. I can feel it and it messes me up. Like I feel like I've been electrocuted after I sleep in there. You know. So,
Like, what's his name from Better Call Saul?
yeah, kind of like that. For sure. So,
You got the reference. I like it.
Better Call Saul for sure. Yeah. So there's that. But then I can sell this cab over and probably get at least $1,000. But I was talking with Mark, man. He's got some really good ideas, Mark. That to hit up some conferences maybe, or even tiny ones, or even a tattoo show, and do some tattoos or whatever, and make some money on the way to visit him. Because after you, I'm going to go see him. So
okay.
So
I
just
thought you
gotta
were
have
going to
enough
come
gas
see
money.
me first. I feel so left out
you're
now.
too far
Oh
away.
my
You're
God,
too
I
far
feel
away,
so
Mark.
left out now. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're not left out.
Yeah, I'm
No.
sure Roger's going to feel left out too.
Well, it's in time.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that it's going to run right, especially it'll be a good trial going uphill like that, and while I'm in the same state, so that if anything happens, I can call my daughter while I'm not 50 million miles away, and work things out.
Yeah, that drive from Phoenix up here, like it's 70 miles an hour up a grade the whole friggin' way. If you can do that, I'm impressed. I mean,
Exactly.
I don't even know if I'd want to drive my rig up that because it's just like I don't need to. You know what I mean? Like I can do Route 66. I can do other ways to get up here that are nowhere near as.
Well, maybe I'll look into that, see what that's like too. But I do want to at least try the hills a little bit because it's only got 50,000 miles, and it does have a 450 something engine in it. It's got the hugest engine that they put in those. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The other day. It's crazy. So.
Yeah, it just means you get like 9 miles to gallon.
Yeah, exactly. Well, whatever. It is what it is. It was a good deal, so.
Yeah,
This means I got to tattoo more, on the
I got
way.
a 35-gallon tank, and like when I bought this thing, the ad said it gets 15 miles per gallon, and I've never seen that. But the first thing I did was put like pretty beefy off-road tires on this thing.
Oh, that makes a difference, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I could have cost myself a couple miles per gallon, but yeah, I mean, it's shocking though when you think of the difference between like 10 and 15 miles per gallon on a 35-gallon tank. You know what I mean? It's 350 miles versus almost 500 miles.
Yeah, that's one of
You know
the
what I
first
mean?
things I noticed at the gas station. I was like, oh my gosh, I put $20 in and it barely moved.
Oh yeah, no, you probably got a 30+ gallon tank easy.
Hopefully, yeah.
Well,
I figured $80 would probably fill it up. That was what I was kind of guessing at the time. By how much,
In half a tank, maybe.
for me,
I don't know.
it's like if I put $100 in and I'm low, that's like usually I'm getting close to full, but I don't like it doesn't turn off because it's full. It just turns off because I spent the 100.
Right. Yeah.
Like a lot of gas stations will pre-qualify you for $100.
Really?
Yeah,
do you
like
mean?
when, in other words, when they run let's say you put a ATM, debit card,
Okay. Okay.
they'll charge it for $100 and say, "Can you take $100?" And then the bank will say, "Yeah," right? So they'll let you put $100 of gas in, but once you hit $100, it'll stop and turn off because that's all they pre-authorize.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me? So like
Yes.
if they'll say, "Hey, does the homie have $100?" And the gas station will be like, "Oh yeah, he's got $100. Okay, great." So if you put in 25, they'll charge you 25, whatever. But they, only go up to 100 when it comes to qualifying you for
Really?
how
I
much you
didn't know
spend.
that.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for
So
that.
a lot of gas stations will just cut you off at $100.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do cash if I can.
Yeah,
If it
it's a
works
lot.
out that
It's
way.
normally cheaper in a lot of places, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
typically it's 10 cents cheaper if you pay with cash.
Yeah. Well, good. That's a plus for me then.
Well, it's
Because
the whole you gotta weigh the ATM fee against the cash, right?
I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. Right, and I only have a prepaid card too at this particular point in time. So some places won't even take those type of prepaid cards, even if they have MasterCard on them.
Yeah.
So there's that.
But if I were you, the first thing I'd do is I'd go to that Santana place and buy that 250-watt panel.
Mm-hmm. Once I
For
get
like
my
$50.
electrical system figured out, then I definitely
yeah.
want to do some solar stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
if I
just gotta get get that set up. Well, I mean, it's just a life changer. It
okay.
really is. I mean, my fridge keeps everything cold all the time. I never worry about it. Everything's running all the time, every day. I never think about it, and it's free forever,
Yeah, exactly. I definitely want to do solar at some point here. I'll
Yeah.
probably have to wait till after I sell this cab over to do that, to have enough money to get the whole system,
Yeah.
for sure.
But really, all you need is like a really small, 200 amp hour lithium battery. You know what I mean? Let's 200 amp hours. You're fine. 200 watts of solar. You're fine. And then you just need a charge controller and some cables.
Yeah, absolutely. The charge controller will probably cost more than the solar panels. Maybe.
Well, yeah, because you have the cheapest place on the planet to get solar panels in Phoenix. Right?
Yeah, thank you for that. For sure.
Yeah, I
I
sent you
checked
that
it
link.
out.
I mean,
Very
yeah.
cheap. Very cheap. I was like,
Isn't it?
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Crazy. Shockingly, for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
I've shopped around for solar panels before, and well, it was years ago though too. But they were like, whoa, for good ones, or at least big wattage, they were pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And that
especially-
place is you can just drive. It's right. It's probably about 20 minutes, 30 minutes from where you live. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's probably not. Yeah.
It didn't look like it was that far. So.
I think it's Tempe.
Yeah, and that actually is kind of far from here, but whatever. Just go in the right time of day,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the wrong time of day in the city is a real thing.
Oh yeah, sure is. Especially on these highways over here, for sure.
You wanna take 2 hours to get somewhere, or like?
I
20
know.
minutes? Yeah.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Good thing we have the Google Maps or whatever, so it tells us how long and where traffic is at and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, we didn't have that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Back when we were kids,
I had to use a paper
you
map.
had to use maps and stop in the gas stations to ask for directions, man.
Exactly. And you didn't know if a gas station was coming up.
Yeah,
unless you'd been there before,
and
or
if you
see
were
the sign.
married, man, you never got out of the car. You made your wife go in there and your girl go in there and ask for directions, which is always a bad thing. It always costs you like another 20 minutes to the drive. Oh my God.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
and your wife would walk out and say, "Yeah, you drove an hour in the wrong direction, jackass."
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, you jackass.
Yeah, you jackass. And argue about that for the next half an hour.
Yeah, the whole trip was cool
there,
until the end. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah,
And,
It's a
and
special
then you
thing,
wonder,
man.
and then you wonder why you didn't go by yourself in the first place. You could have had more fun by yourself, but no, she had to tag along.
yeah. Goes everywhere, huh?
Yeah.
Can't get rid of her.
It's a special thing though. Back in the day, it'd be like, you know, you got to find this road, like drive down this, like to get to my house, you got to go down this road, look for this subdivision on the left, pull in there.
Past the McDonald's, you know.
Yeah, you'll be on this street, and like you got to go the third right, and then you know, like kids today couldn't do that. I'm sure they couldn't do it.
It's so funny because
Exactly.
when I was growing up, my grandfather used to be a truck driver and be like, "Where are we going?" "Oh, we're going fishing." And I'm like, "Okay, I have no clue where we're at, because he'd take us down these cow pasture roads. "Oh, yeah, I've been down here a million times." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, what? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm just a young kid at the time. Will we ever return, or is he gonna take and dump me off out here?
I know, right?
It'd be the best.
Thinking about all the
It
bad
would
shit
be
you
the
did
best
lately.
fishing trip that you could ever imagine. You find like this covered bridge in the middle of nowhere, and it's like when you drove across it, you didn't know if the truck was going to go through it or not. But-
Right.
and the place was
No, but they
swarming
built
with
that back in the
copperheads.
day,
But boy,
right?
we had great bass fishing that day.
I gotta go grab
know,
my
you-
keys. My daughter's gonna lock me out. I'll be right back.
You'd say that the bridge may not hold you, but it was built by like the Amish back in the day who knew
Amish?
what the hell they were doing.
No. Some of these bridges were built in like the Revolutionary War. I
Yeah,
would
right.
imagine,
But I mean, they were
you
built
know?
to last, right? They were built strong.
Yeah, hey, if you can fit 20 horses across it with a wagon, I guess it'll hold the Ford F-150 with the sleeper. The swinger camper on the back, to go through it.
Yeah.
I mean, but you hear as you're going across like 5 miles an hour, creaking and groaning. I'm like, oh my God, really? Those were the days, though. I remember those. Oh, like it was yesterday, but it was good. They were good times. Why can't I can remember when my grandparents would say like, "Oh yeah, we just for $10 we could go from here to Chicago and back.
Man.
We just get out on the highway and just drive." I'm like, what? I mean, even when I was a kid, all that started to come back. If you went out.
I remember when I was in high school, like filling up to go on a road trip, and it'd be like everyone throw in $5. It'd be 4 of us in the car.
Yeah.
Everyone throws in $5, and we're good to go. We got all the gas we need to go across the state and back. Like it was chump change, and it was so much easier to make money back then. I don't know, man.
What is wrong with you? Should I bring Roger in? Roger's been with us
I told
the whole
Roger
time.
to come in. Yeah.
Roger's power is dying now. He messaged me earlier, so maybe if he just kills his stream over there, which would be fine, and because he's just restreaming us, and come in with us for a little while. Roger, if you want to do that, let me know, and I'm in your D-Live chat right now looking. Just drop me a line, yeah or no. I'm like, I'll be fine with that.
Come on,
Because I'm sure Roger's got some stories about travels too, but we're not talking about the shrooms and the other stuff.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh man. Yeah, life has changed so much in my lifetime. It really has.
Sure. For sure.
The world is totally different. I remember back, like, in the 70s, man, you could get pulled over drunk as shit, and the cop would say, "Follow me. I'm going to get you home. Just follow me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
I
that.
remember that.
It was like that.
Yeah, it was like
You
that.
know, hey, man, you've had way too much to drink. Follow me. I'm going to get you home. See to it you get home safe.
Yeah.
Yes. Remember that?
Or hey, you kids, You want to make
Yeah.
a couple extra bucks? Sure. $5 a car. We would wash all the cop cars because I had a friend.
man.
His dad was chief of police, and then I had a red Mustang at the time, and so what we would do is in between when we wanted to take a break, I would get out and do a lead, and he'd get out behind me and chase me with the siren on through town. Oh, it was fun. You know, people would come out and laugh because they knew, hey, it was, you know, we were just, you know, kids fucking around at the time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Oh man.
Roger says,
You're so
"Nah,
funny, Mark.
we're going all the way." Okay, all right, Roger, you go all the way.
Hmm.
Yeah, he goes all the way all the time. Are you kidding me?
Let's go
Smith
all
goes
the way.
Yeah, there you
Remember
go.
that song?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go all the way. Yeah, that's cool. It's good stuff, man. Yeah, Roger, you need to get in here.
It'll be funny though. It'll be good.
Yeah, will he? Yeah, for sure. Just harass him. Just harass the heck out of him.
Roger, if you come in, you get to apologize about messing with Mark Edworthy
There you go.
in person.
There you
All right.
Yeah, yeah. A big apology would be actually a kind of good way to wrap up this show today.
He's
You
done that in chat a few times, but to hear it in his own words, all right.
Yeah,
There we go. Yeah.
Because I talked to Medworthy. He was really upset.
know what happened, you guys.
AKA
What have you
Fabio.
missed?
Yeah,
Fabio,
Fabio.
yes, Fabio's
Fabio.
because of me.
Yeah.
That's
There we
because of
go.
me.
Roger in
you
the
guys see the
house.
picture?
Look out. Roger in the
You guys
house.
see Mark in the G-string? I made him a picture
What?
of
No,
him.
you'll
Yeah.
never see me in a G-string.
No, I'm the other Mark.
Put him in a G-string too. Put him in.
Yeah,
Bring
I
the
should put him
microphone
in.
Yes.
up, Roger.
I should.
Can't
Roger,
hear
bring
you.
in that high energy. Roger, bring it, man. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I thought I apologized about soiling Mark in public the last time I was on here.
Yeah, soiling. Soiling is a light word,
Soiling,
dude. That's
soiling brown or green.
I know, right?
Well, I
How
mean,
about teabag? You soiled him while you teabagged him.
well, I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
see the
my
thing
God.
you
You
gotta,
left a streak. You
got-
left a streak on his chin.
you gotta
So
under.
teabagging the guy.
Oh,
Mark Edworthy has
Yeah.
evolved to a higher being. Okay, like he
apparently.
he has turned into like a man meat. I mean, seriously, like he.
Man meat.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
women worldwide are freaking just drooling all over him, and I'm
Probably because of that picture. It's gotta
Yeah,
be.
Roger's just so jealous.
yeah, I was getting ready to say that. And I was like, freaking, I was the one who has the sexy voice that women just love. Dude,
What?
you know,
You do. He does. You guys didn't know that, right? You're not women. That's why.
see,
Yeah. He
women,
does. Roger.
women,
Say it, baby.
women love my voice because I talk. You know what I mean?
No, Roger, one thing about Medworthy you got to understand is he actually puts a banana in his pocket when he podcasts, right?
Yeah, I know.
So that's not real. That's not real.
well, I know. He
Oh
He's
my
Yeah,
just
okay.
overcompensating. Just understand that.
Yeah.
now, if you want to know the coolest thing I ever experienced when dealing with Mark Edworthy, it was whenever him and Bill Altman got into a nerd fight, dude. That was like the
A
coolest.
nerd fight.
A straight
That would
up.
have been, yeah,
That was.
very entertaining.
It was
Sure.
so entertaining. Like I haven't heard a nerd fight in a really long time, and they're like in chat talking.
Oh wow,
And
that's funny.
the moment I freaking heard it, my face just started turning bright. I loved it. It was like a
Like-
golden moment, you know.
Like I'm picturing some analysis of some like sub line in the terms of service on page 420.
Section 3.
Yeah,
Sentence
section 3,
2.
Amendment
dare you.
B, Just nerd fight.
Yes, straight up nerd fight. And I mean, it was like on the brink of the word litigation being brought into play.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
You
Oh
know,
my god.
it's like, oh my goodness. And then, like, actually, no, it's kind of tied with DK last week. Like, I've been wanting Mark's head to explode for all of the episodes of Untethered that we've been doing, and last week on Wednesday, freaking Mark Edworthy's head almost exploded when he was talking to DK, dude. I mean,
Oh shit! I gotta see that.
it,
Oh, I did see that. That's right. That's right.
it was
Okay.
beautiful, man. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
the only person I've ever seen him get that outrageous with was Mr. Robot,
That was hilarious.
which
Yeah.
it was beautiful, and like
It was beautiful. Beautiful, I'm telling
Yeah.
you. Oh my God.
well,
Yeah, it was very, if knowing Mark, it was very entertaining as well. As DK was having it backwards the whole time, according to
Oh
Mark.
no, DK never gets anything backwards, but
Oh,
he's
well.
a great guy. But he knows he
Come
he
on,
knows he knows his stuff. But come on now.
Exactly.
now how are
Yeah.
you gonna do this with the RV though? You got to make flotation devices to where it can float over water on your trip to New Zealand.
No, I'm just not gonna be going to New Zealand in the RV, or
I would
probably
not
a
go to New
plane.
Zealand in your RV if you're.
No.
That's way
Like
too
that.
ambitious.
Way too ambitious, right?
Yeah.
Right. I gotta learn how to drive on land first.
I would
Shit.
start with New Mexico or Flagstaff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. It's a little more feasible. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I got nervous.
Hell,
when
even
she-
California.
Yeah, me and DK we're kind of broke up right now anyway. So
What did you
just
do?
saying.
What did you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't really have to do anything. He kind of just did, how he goes into his own thing he's doing, and I was just on the kind of the sideline there. Happened to be the one that he was talking to. I don't know. I just don't think I'm making his website fast enough for him, and I think he kind of got a little perturbed on that. But he doesn't get how busy I am. I mean, I'm a busy girl
You are.
for sure. It's crazy actually now.
You are.
You know,
I mean,
I am. Yeah,
Oh.
I know.
She's just a girl living in captivity.
well, no, don't. She's definitely not in captivity.
No.
Don't let her out of your sight.
I told you guys both that you have to bring ropes.
Mark. Oh my God.
I actually got nervous when
I
she
don't
told
know.
me.
Story.
I have some bungee cords,
I know,
but
right?
I'm not sure if that's going to work out either.
No, I know how to maneuver through bungee cords. Okay.
So I'm going to tell you guys a story, right? About how
These are silly.
I pissed off Bill Ottman once. Okay. Josh Hoot, one of my original co-hosts on the show, Josh, was like pissed off one night because apparently mine's media server was being used to run DDoS attacks against his site. So he said, look, they've been hacked. Their server is being used to assault and attack my site. And he's like, I'm going to take the site. I'm going to take them down. He's like, I'm going to take mines down. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and the fucking thing's going to be done. Right? I'm going to fry it.
I'm going to fry it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's Josh.
he literally-
If he says something like that, he's going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And so I send a DM to Bill Ottman. I'm like, dude, like Josh is telling me that your media host is being used to run a DDoS attack on him. And he's going to retaliate. And he's like, all right, let me look into it. And then he sends, something. He comes back and he's like, no, it's not 100% not happening. And I'm like, well, Josh thinks it is. He's like, going to retaliate. Are you sure it's not happening? And he, whatever. And so I basically sit there, talk to Josh for another hour.
Oh, boy,
And Josh
trying
is
to talk
about to
Josh.
push go. And so I sent a message to John and I just said, hey, heads up, this might come down. You know, I talked to Bill about it and he assured me it's not happening, but Josh assures me it is happening. And I mean, Bill sent me this thing. He's like, who do you think knows more about, you know, website stuff? My guy or Josh who? And I was honestly like, I really have no clue. Like, I could, Josh, it could be your guy. I don't know. But Josh swears up and down that this is happening from your, and I'm like, I gave him, you know, a bunch of pings, you know,
The pings,
yeah, the dot, you know, 1491216 you know, so he's like, if you send these to Bill, he'll know that it's coming from him. So I'm like, do these numbers mean anything to you? And I send him those pings, right? And he doesn't reply, whatever. And so, yeah, eventually I just sent a thing to John saying, heads up, you know, you guys might be under insane attack tomorrow. But it really, it put me in a tough spot because I like Bill and I like Mines and I didn't really want, I was trying to help them, but Bill got really pissed off that I went to John.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
he did.
But I know John way better than I know Bill. You know what I mean? It's just, at the time, especially, I really knew John well, you know?
Mhm. I was talking,
And I didn't know Bill at all.
I was talking to Mark here recently, and have you checked out how many people are still working on the staff for mines?
Mm-hmm.
They've dropped like most of the people that were on the staff. I think what's her face? Forgot her name. Everybody calls the redheaded chick. She's the only one that is
Milica.
Noka? No, it's,
She's not on the staff.
she's the one that does the help and support. But
Yeah, she's not on their staff.
but she's the only one that they found that's on there. Most of them have left, or most of them are just gone. I mean, they don't know what's going on.
Well, they've got a lot of investments from major Silicon Valley like players. You know what I mean? Like they really, the venture capital money that's in mines is pretty impressive.
Mhm. Well, I mean,
And so they're either writing that off or I don't know. You know, I mean, I really don't know. The site is a shadow of what it used to be.
Yeah.
I've been there for 7-8 years now, and like 6 years ago, it peaked. And I mean, they got rid of all kinds of different aspects of the site that were just phenomenal that they just got rid of. You know, it used to be a very gamified sort of website, and
It was
they got
fun.
away from that. And it's, yeah,
It was fun.
it's not gamified anymore. It's not.
Do you-
It's just
Do you remember when they had the achievement bar?
achievement bar.
Yeah, like you, if you communicated and you did stuff, you got your bar would go up and you would go to a different level. Like you'd be level 1, level 2. They had that when they back in 2017 they had it, and then they got rid of it for the cryptocurrency. And when they went to that cryptocurrency, that's in my opinion, that's when everything went to crap. If they would have kept it,
And the crypto was one of the best aspects that they could have done. It's just they pissed away the money on those the like roundtable things they did. You know, the mines gatherings.
yeah,
Which
We're a
didn't have
complete waste
people
of
that
time.
actually were there.
yeah,
Yeah,
Or-
they never had anyone who actually used the site on those panels. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, short of Tim Pool and maybe a couple other people. You know.
yeah.
Well, I mean, wasn't Do Better one of the ones that was super
Yeah.
pissed off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought you were talking about actually. He got invited to one of the shows, didn't he, in Texas?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
know,
he won.
you know,
he won
uh,
like a.
I know Sonia and Roger know Chris
Yeah.
pretty good.
No, Do Good won a contest to like be on the panel down there, and they brought him down.
I would have loved to see that, to be honest. I love hanging
it's
out
out
and
there.
talking to him. No, I mean, if he was on the panel,
Yeah, it's out there.
I
mean, it exists. It's the one in Texas, if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken.
Wasn't that this last year?
yeah, Minds did a big thing to like try to have somebody come up and represent the community. And so they had people, try to get in, like you had to get so many likes or whatever, and the winners were put in a pot, and Chris Dugood won.
Well, see, this is my issue with
I think
mine.
that was like 3 or 4 years ago.
This is
It could have been. Yeah, I don't think it was.
It's been a while.
Well, see that this is my issue with it when it comes to mines, and you're a part of it, believe it or not. You are a very, very important person when it comes to what mines, the mines community freaking listens to. When you talk to people on mines, they love censorship sucks. Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
in my
Good to
opinion,
know.
freaking you should have been at that convention. Okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
They
we
should have
should have
paid.
aired it.
No, they should have paid you to freaking go out there and be on that thing and be a part of that community. Not only
If I'd
you,
have gone.
yeah, not only you. There's people that's been there that have contributed a lot to that platform. Minds Gaming was one of them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and he should have been there. He should have been there. You should have been there. There should have been Jaffe Ryder. Jaffe was there since even before they came out of beta. Okay.
Yeah, instead they're flying out people that like Candace Owens. Or, I don't know if she specifically was there, but she's the kind of person they would reach out to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like just like I don't use Minds. I don't even know what the site is. I don't have an account there, but yeah, I'll come to your meeting if you fly me out to Texas and put me on a stage in front of 1,000 people. I could have an audience and talk to them. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
You gonna pay me? Yeah.
Exactly. That money could have went to you guys rather than go to these highfalutin individuals.
Yeah, and look how many times John and Bill and all of them been on our shows.
Yeah.
We didn't even get an invite for the to cover it.
Yeah.
They had someone else cover it instead.
A press pass. Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
That was one thing that kind of got me. And then around the same time I started telling you, remember I kept telling you we got to cut back on talking about it and making it sound like an infomercial, or we're gonna be taken off.
That all came from the interview I did with Yotivation Nation, where it just divulged. It just fell into this, like love fest for Minds that she just like. And and I knew when we were wrapped up that interview, I was like, oh my God, that was such a love fest for Minds. Like that's going to backfire on us. And yeah, it did, but whatever.
And I want to clear something up about me and Minds too. Okay. Now I love Minds community. I love the Minds community. You know what I mean? So don't get me wrong whenever I talk bad about it and everything like that, because I do talk bad about a lot of things. But when it comes to the people on Minds, I love them to death. I always have. I have a love-hate relationship with it, where freaking I've sworn that I was going to leave Minds and I never have. You know what I mean? Because I love the people on there. So don't ever think that I don't like the community. They're great people.
Well, you're saying you're so adamant about it. I kind of doubt you.
Well, that's the truth. That's a good instinct, because I'm pretty hardcore.
You doth protest too much.
Well, you should hear me on my shows, man. I say the F word and everything.
Oh no! See, we can't do that.
Yeah, it's his show.
Civilized.
Well, I mean,
civilized.
Marcus,
we're like the PBS of talk radio.
That's what I was getting. I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
And like that higher echelon of media.
Yeah.
I was getting ready, but Mark has refined me to a better person now. So I'm
working on DK. It's been rough, but we're working on him.
We call that codependency.
Codependency.
No, when it comes to DK, we'll just call that codependency.
Yeah. Well, we got about 10 more minutes of this, but if we want to carry on, I'll open another. I'll wait a minute and open this back up. If
I'm
you
good.
guys are still okay with that.
I'm good. I've done 3.5 hours now.
Yeah, and I don't know when
I'm good.
my internet's going off, so.
Yeah, and I got
Yeah.
a zillion things.
Folks, I
I'm
love you,
trying to
but 3.5 hours is 3.5 hours.
But we got a
Right.
good we got a good 8 minutes yet, and we'll keep
Mhm.
going until we close out.
I
So
can do that.
yeah, we'll do that. All right, since we got some great people in and we're talking, and people haven't left chat either. We still have people in chat. It must be entertaining, otherwise they wouldn't be here.
Now, before my internet goes out, I do want to say something. This is important too. Sonia has put out or given me a new promo for her shirts and everything. Now,
finally.
this is a big effort because she never seems to have the time to make a 15-second promo because of all the busy
You made
work.
me. You made
Yeah.
me have the time. Yeah.
Right.
And I got
But-
right to work for you.
I will say this
And
too.
you think 15-second promo, no big deal, but for every promo you do, every
Mhm.
second is about an hour and a half of real-time work,
It
right?
can
So
be.
folks,
It can
It
be.
can be, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, just think about all the time that I spend, doing edits and archiving. This part
cutting out
right-
Barry's farts. Barry farts a lot. You got to
and,
cut out every single fart.
and all
See,
his.
there you go.
Oh my God, he dropped so
oh.
many f-bombs in the show. I can't believe.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And thank God Yotivation isn't here screaming holy hell and
the
things
queefs.
too.
Okay.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
I mean, I would have
you
to.
just
I would
reminded
have
me.
to call the priest at the
Yeah.
at the one station for a blessing before coming on air every time. But hey, we
Mark.
make it happen.
Okay, Mark. I did some of your music that you gave me before you came on the thing, okay? And listening to it, I have some feedback on that.
You do.
You guys need to come up with a song that involves alien farts.
Well, we'll have to get
And
David
it's-
Hogg involved.
And it's got to
Oh
be
my.
a love song.
CS, I'm passing that on to you to get a hold of David Hogg for that one.
Okay.
I love,
All right.
I miss David Hogg, man.
also,
Where's David Hogg? I
Also,
miss him, man.
Roger is animating your frog, but it's taking time. He's making sure that the mouth movements are going to be correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
And-
So that
Well,
that
my
does take.
frog, you guys have stepped on a lot. Mark, I'm looking at you. My
Me?
frog is, that is a curry hobo frog. That is a character that has its own life that can come to life in a minute if I just call up curry hobo and, have
Any
the
of
money
those
to make it
banners
happen.
that have been done were not done by me. Those were
I
done
know,
by
but
David
that
Hogg.
frog is sacred to me.
No, that
Okay.
That's my
frog.
logo. That's my avatar. That's my logo.
I'm gonna tell you something. That frog is an amazing artwork.
It is. It's beautiful.
I've been personally doing that
Yeah,
on
we
Blender.
don't
dude.
care what
Watched
Angel
you.
Muna says about it. We
That-
love it.
That is a work of art. I've got to say that up front, man.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It really is. And then the letters, the
Mhm.
whole censored out logo I have, or the banner I have.
I'm gonna put the coffee
Again,
cup.
curry hobo.
I'm putting the coffee cup back in too, by the way.
I mean, I paid him a couple $100 for that stuff, and it was the best money I ever spent. I love that. It's brilliant.
That frog is the hardest part, and once I get that done, the rest will be a breeze.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
got to stay true to the art, to
It
the
will.
form.
It
It's
will.
just, that's
Yep.
all I
I
have.
pop
Yeah,
in and watch you doing that, Roger. From now, time to time, I'll come in and watch what you're doing with that. It's pretty amazing. A lot of work goes into that. For
And
sure.
Roger, do you know Curry Hobo?
No, I don't.
He's a friend of Ottman's as well. He went out when they had that theater or whatever that they were using as an office in Connecticut.
Mhm.
He went out and did the murals on the walls there.
Oh, that's
He
cool.
came from British Columbia out there, and he knows them really well. He's a curry hobo. Just befriend him on Minds, and like he's the guy. He's the man. Look at his art.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, it's just he is a legend.
I'll compliment him on
Okay,
it.
if you are in Kick, anybody out there, let me know who you are that's still live, and I will host over to you because you guys are so awesome. Great Conspiracy, are you still with us?
And it's silent.
Roger, are you gonna? No, you won't be able to take and get up. Okay, what I'll do is I'm going to restream over to
Oh yeah, it's about that
DK
time, isn't it?
to DK Conspiracy
Mhm.
over on D Live.
And I want to say really quickly, Mark, that thank everybody for listening, man. If you're here
Well,
at this point,
they're still here. Yeah.
Yeah, if you've been through it all and you're still here, thank you so much. I mean, when I say that I love my audience, man, I love each and every one of you so much. It is just amazing to have so many people out there listening. I mean, terrestrial radio, Mark, you've said it before. We probably have, what, 500,000 people,
At
100
times,
million people?
yeah.
At
Depending
times?
on what, especially when we're connected to all the radio stations.
Mm-hmm. But it's amazing and it's awesome to have you guys out there on the internet listening to us, listening to the after show, listening to all of it, just getting to know who we are and like what it's all about and how the show works and the TikTok behind the scenes. It's awesome. I love you guys. If you're here at this point, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
God, I love you guys. I love you guys.
All right. Well, and with that, I think be a good time to close out. If you are in Kick, we are going to go over to Miss Trashes, and she's been taking and supporting the channel all week long like a real trooper. Thank you so much. All the other ones that are out there too, appreciate you, but I know she needs some help, so let's go over and help her out. So,
all right.
Yeah, and if you're, like I said, if you're in D Live, we will be going over to DK Conspiracy, and who knows what he has up there? Probably something about conspiracies, Tartaria, or even the jab. You never know. So, with that, folks, I'm hosting out.